4, 3, 2, 1. You're all unmuted.
Yay!
Yay!
Yay? Oh, we have a Bree. Hi, Bree.
What? How'd I get here?
You're still muted, by the way.
Am I?
I mean, I hear her on stream.
There we go. I've unmuted her in the Discord.
Okay.
Oh,
So you all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
now we can.
yeah.
Now that I
Oh,
have
I've been able to
unmuted
hear you the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
Okay.
and I
Yeah.
just muted you earlier when you were AFK because of
Okay.
conversation.
Fair enough.
I think that mute was just a client side. I could hear the whole thing.
Yeah, same.
Oh, did I
Okay.
do the wrong one?
You did.
I appreciate the
My
attempt,
bad.
Enfys.
I am apparently horrendous at doing mod actions. What? Oh well. Better luck
Yep.
next time.
Oh
I can
well.
server mute you.
Which, Infus, which one of your 24 kobolds are you bringing on this one?
Tiefling on this one. One of my OG Nordmarks.
Nice.
Yeah. Before they realised they could actually roll a kobold.
Yeah.
Back when Enfys subscribed to Tiefling supremacy.
And
Everyone
that's the
else
story
does
of
that.
and that's the story of why Welsh is infernal in this setting.
Yeah. Otherwise it would have been draconian.
Okay,
you have
let's
to make a
see.
tiefling.
The ad break's going to be going on for another 1 minute and 40 seconds if you want to just chat amongst yourselves. Or, be entertaining for the people who've subscribed.
I'm not entertaining.
Yep, this is the A+ content I get for DMing these sessions.
Wow, 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 wow.
I'm just not sure what to say because this is normally where I wish Nick a happy birthday, but yeah,
Okay.
You could still do it.
it's not here.
You could.
It was my birthday 1 week ago to the day, to be fair. You could have wished me
Hey,
another birthday.
happy belated birthday.
Happy birthday. Oh, did the artist see that 3D thing I did for your starting soon screen? Remember I made a 3D version of the starting soon screen you
Oh,
got?
yeah.
Can I show this
Oh,
to you?
yeah. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I did link it.
Yeah, I would have made something from scratch, but didn't find out soon enough,
Fair enough.
What are these buildings on the left of the sub party people?
Okay. This is... I forget, actually. I think that's
That
the...
was the Starspawn Church.
Oh, yeah. And this one is... Oh, well, this is...
Hill
I think-
Giant Fort?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's a hill giant fort. And I believe that is the...
Oh, that'll be the Fontaine Pillar. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
remember.
Looks like this has been moved. There we go.
Isn't there now a star spawn loose in Atos somewhere?
I mean, probably kinda.
I don't think so. I think the Starspawn wanted to leave to go back, right?
Yeah, the star spawn wanted to leave, but I believe there was some
The
entity or other
seer.
that the seer slipped
the,
out.
Yeah.
The sea is going to be a problem.
Yeah,
Oh,
we did
yeah.
almost kill her, to be fair.
Some very lucky mischief rolls.
But yep, I do believe we've got another thing to be getting on with now. So, the advert breaks over. Everyone can see us with impunity.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Well, let's do a quick character introduction. I'll do it from how I can see everyone in Discord. So, Envis, if you could introduce your character. Well, reintroduce.
Hi, everybody. Meet yourselves today, one Amity Snapdragon. On on my right, you will find a mess of bark and vine and rock and earth, in the shape of a small dragon, without wings, that goes by the name of Sky. On my left, you will have a displacer beast, that goes by the name of Flicker. They're both also now outfitted with saddlebags, and Flicker has an actual a military grade saddle, for mounting and riding for combat and exploration purposes.
Fancy.
Okay, next up, who are you playing? Summer.
I'm playing Bonfond, a Furbok ranger who is very keen on hunting, dragons in particular, but she'll settle for other beasts of prey. And she is an incorrigible drunkard whenever she can get her hands on booze. So yeah, that's Bonfond.
Yep, talk about healthy coping mechanisms. Mr. Blue.
I am playing Nigel Goldscar, typical pirate. He's a bit of a I don't know. He's either murdery or life-giving, depending on his mood.
Oh, very
Dressed in your
malign.
typical, dressed in your typical pirate garb. Recently acquired a flaming hand axe. It requires alchemist fire to run, so he's happy about that.
Yep. You'd be a fool not to use it. Yeah, that was better in my head. Okay, and last but not least, slightly newer player to this campaign, Pastel Raven. Who are you playing?
Hello, I am Thoreck Greyward. I am a dwarven artificer, and I am in fact not digging a hole.
Aww,
Diggy hole.
we like digging holes.
Shame, really.
Yeah.
It'd be great for building downtime.
And create a new mine for us to almost or possibly die in.
Okay.
No.
So, well, I believe Thoreck has initiated this quest, so what's the deal here?
I wasn't prepared for that.
I can say something if you want.
Yeah, I was about to offer the same thing.
Sure, yeah, I was not prepared for that.
Okay, sorry about that. Yep, if anyone wants to give it, wants to say what's up.
All right.
Uh,
I'll let the Infus do it. Because
Okay.
I've got a cool voice.
I do have a Fantabula's voice that I hate to listen to. It's true. Okay. Thoreck, I believe, did some manner of research. Amity is fuzzy on those details because they don't matter. In search of a particular beastie that has a particular hide that would be useful for a particular constructing a particular item. Of course, in hearing that a beastie is going to be hunted for its materials, Amity is naturally concerned about the conservation of the wildlife of the area that it's from. And so is coming along to act partially as sort of a guide sort of thing, keep everybody safe, and also to make sure that things are being done sustainably. Keep their druid overlords happy, as it were.
This creature is known to be causing problems.
More specifically, you've heard the nearby town of Chafford has reported some issues with a very mysterious creature. I believe, what was the trivia you got from it from your role?
I forgot there was trivia.
Yeah.
Wow.
I did a reply to it in a thing.
Oh, cool.
Oh, very handy.
Good work. Yep, so Adriz has informed you that the town of Trafford, a little over 100 miles to the southeast of Airedale, has reported a strange creature plaguing the forest. The creature in question is said to have thick skin and be of an unnatural origin, which of course is perfect for making a bag of holding. You know, if you manage to bring it down and tan its hide. And the locals call it the Roux, for how it churns the earth as it burrows around before attacking. That is a Roux as in what happens if you stir together flour and butter.
Hero character, I have a suspicion of what this is.
I have no idea.
But we shall see.
Yep, well, you would, Enfys, you would.
Mm-hmm.
Being a dwarf, they may know of some rock-moving creatures, but I got no clue.
Yeah, there are quite a lot of burrowing creatures.
Yeah.
I
Too
mean,
many.
as we approach, you might get some more signs of what's there, but, you know, you didn't do any more research, so... Well, time's a wasting anyway. So, obviously, there's a bit of a new feature here. I'd imagine it came up in previous quests, but there are now some roads drawn all over the map. Now, these roads only take 2 tokens to travel across, which is, of course, a lot faster. Now, your goal is somewhere down here, to the southeast, although you aren't quite certain where. Obviously, you'll be able to roll to help sort of keep your bearings. You know, your general nature checks and your survival checks. And obviously there's the roads to get you part way there. So, are you travelling at a slow, normal or quick pace? And where do you want to go?
Amity Dragons, we should stick to the road initially, so go up north around Forest and follow the road down. And we can do that either normal or fast, and we'll get there probably within the 1 day. So towards the end of the road.
Yeah, as long as we
I'm
stick to the road.
thinking.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if we get to about here, then we can just travel east.
Mhm.
Travel along the river.
Yeah, follow the river.
Yeah.
On the road, I think we can travel fast.
Okay,
Yeah, we know it's
so
going to be safe because it's on the road, I believe.
Yeah.
Or am I wrong about that?
yeah, the road
safer.
should be... Yeah, the road should be safe-ish. Yeah, I think it's a rule you don't get encounters on the road.
Yeah.
We might run into that dragonborn, or dragon... Yeah, dragonborn Queen of Ice or whatever again, right? Wizard.
We could run it down, but you never know.
Snooty dragonborn sorceress is perfect.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah, sorcerer. Yeah.
To be fair, I believe she was an alchemist, so... But yeah, the downsides to moving at a fast pace is obviously your perception checks and passive perception is well, your perception checks are at a disadvantage, passive perception is -5,
-5. Yeah.
and any navigation checks are made at disadvantage. And obviously you can't use stealth because you're moving too quick. But, you know, there's no encounters
You
on
also
the road,
will not
so...
be able to use the Outlander's automatic survival ration saving thing. I forget the word.
yeah. Oh, Outland...
So-
Yeah, it's called Outlander, isn't... No, that's the...
That's the background, yeah. I forget
yeah,
what people
it's the Outlander... Yeah,
You can
well,
automatically feed up to 5 people, but we can't
Yeah.
do it if we're going fast.
It is known as Wanderer.
Wanderer, that was it. I believe it also means you're quite good at remembering landmarks and stuff, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excellent at landmarks and excellent at maps.
You can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you.
Okay. Well, if you're going at fast pace, that's 12 tokens to start with. If someone wants to just enter those on the yellow sticky note above the party.
That's fine, yeah. Yep.
I'm just- I'm just wondering how much it would actually take to travel along this
well-
road until we get here-ish.
I believe it's 2 tokens per
Yeah.
tile.
Yep, 2 tokens travelling on the road, and you don't get any penalty for river crossings because obviously there's bridges. So that's going to be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So yep, that'll get you to there.
Yeah, first day, fast travel makes complete sense, I think.
Okay. So yep, who wants to be in charge of moving the party token?
No. I've taken it.
Thank you, Enfys.
And that takes us all the way to 0. So
Yep.
we rest at the teleportation site.
Okay, so it's time to camp for the night.
Okay, I need to go to my notes page to mark off our first short rest.
Yep, and I'm going to just take a tally of how many days you're travelling. So yep, you're going to have to camp overnight. This will count as a short rest, but obviously you haven't had any encounters yet, so that's not really an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so can I get a watch order, please?
My sentinel or my steel defender can watch the
Watch
whole
all
night.
It don't
That's
sleep.
true. Okay. What? In that case, what's the perception? You know what? I'm just going to roll something. Don't worry about it. So there's 4 watches overnight. Could I get a perception check from your steel defender for each one, please?
Got a 13.
Okay. 13.
A 9.
Okay.
An 8.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
And an 18. I didn't say it
Okay.
had to be the only one there.
Okay.
I mean, I could do it.
So
Yeah, I didn't quite into it fast enough, but that's fine.
on the third watch, so first watch, nothing happens. Second watch, nothing happens. On the third watch, a figure slips by your steel defender. I'm going to roll at random just to choose one of you. Wait, actually, presumably you're in tents. Is everyone in their own tent, or are you sort of sharing tents?
I'd be in my own tent.
Yeah. Bonvas has her own tent because she needs to sleep off her inebriation.
From all the booze on Nigel's boat.
Well,
I don't
they just
believe.
town. So in town she is practically always drunk, but as soon as they leave town, she has to start sobering up slowly.
Okay, that's fair. Okay, so you're all in your own tents.
I would also like to point out it has the vigilant trait, and it can't be surprised.
Yep, it can't be surprised, but you can. And, you know, I believe you rolled an 8 for the third watch.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it didn't spot, hasn't spotted this figure. So, yeah, the figure is going to approach
I've got a feeling as to who this might be.
Thoreck's tent. Thoreck, there is a rapping upon your tent door. Well, it's more like someone's just tapping a stone against the pole on the outside.
Well, I will command the steel defender to figure out what it is.
Okay, you hear a femme voice say, "Oh, hello there, doggy." Is anyone in there? What would your steel defender do? approaching someone? Is it just going to automatically attack, or is it going to...
Can I get... I guess it would, like, try to determine hostile intent or not.
Okay. Can it make an insight check?
Three.
Yeah, this person's this is an assassin. They're going to try and kill you.
Okay. It will begin to move in a hostile form towards the creature, whatever it is.
Okay, through the flap of your tent you hear, okay, nice doggy, nice doggy. Hello? Hello?
It is not a dog.
Oh, sorry, what form does your steel defender take?
It is a sort of humanoid shape, but with like a large ball at the bottom that it rolls upon and can retreat into.
Oh, okay. Hey there. I'm a friend. Hello? The rapping gets increasingly desperate sounding. You're hello? Your sentry seems a bit angry. Hello? You there? Hello?
Try not to anger it then. And he'll come out. He'll sort of like look to see what's going on.
Okay, silhouetted by the, well, presumably the steel defender wouldn't have needed a fire, so the fire's probably out by now. But what you see is basically a sort of young half-elf woman. She has blue-dyed hair. You'll have seen her around the tavern.
Do I know their name?
You'll probably have heard their name is Spring, if you haven't met them.
What you doing there?
Oh, hey, hi, sorry, I tried to catch you as you're leaving, but, you'd left, before I was finished writing this. I heard you're headed to Chafford.
Aye.
Could you deliver a letter for me? There's a brewery there. There's a merchant who I know will probably visit it at some point. It's very important he gets this letter.
I suppose.
I wouldn't ask you to do it for nothing, of course. I mean, have you met Hayes at all? I work for Hayes.
Think so.
Hayes is, of course, one of my player characters, so you can automatically assume you know her.
Okay. I will
how's
an answer.
how's this? I've got well, she pulls out a hat from, well, pulls a hat off her head. It's a slightly worn hat, but you can tell just looking at it, there's something magical about it. It's called the Hat of Vermin. You can just pull mice and stuff out of it. Might come in handy. If you drop the letter off, it's yours.
All right, that I can do.
I appreciate that. Sorry for waking you.
It's no bother.
Yeah. Mind if I just set my sleeping bag up in your camp? It's kind of a long way back to town.
Suppose I'll keep an eye on you.
Okay, appreciate it. Okay, and I guess you wake up the next morning with one extra person in your camp.
Amity, just full of like exuberant enthusiasm, and I'm like, "Hey, Spring! I'm expecting to see you here."
Oh, hey, I had to drop off a, well, I asked I asked my fellow artificer to drop off a letter.
Oh, you're not coming along for the adventure then. So I know you normally hang back in Airedale and let Hayes do all that, so...
Yep. Let Hayes do all that. Anyway, I'll be off now. Amity, do me a favour. Make sure he really does drop it off. He seemed a bit grumpy.
Oh, I'm sure he's a man of his word.
Okay.
I give her a wink.
She gives you a very conspicuous wink back and sets off down. Well, and gathers up her stuff and sets off back down the road. And well, you're at the dawn of a new day, so you can break camp and what's your pace?
I'm thinking normal, so we can keep an eye out on things. But what does everyone else think?
Almost sounds about
Fine
right.
with it.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay, normal I believe will be 9 tokens.
Yep.
Okay, so it's going to be 2 tokens for every bit
For
of
the
road.
first one, yeah.
I'm guessing we go
You
off
wanna-
the road here.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, do we want to diverge off the path now and start heading sort of southeast-ish towards the river and then follow that east?
More direct.
Yeah. Previous downtime has confirmed that Chafford is at the end, somewhere down the river. Because Tassel did a research and found out about it on earlier quests.
That's like your checkpoint for the dinosaurs quest.
Shh, people might realise I'm doing this.
So you're saying Chafford is
Hmm.
down
I'll
by the river.
leave the directions
Yep.
to those of you who know this area better.
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
I have
Oh.
no idea where we're going.
And I'm going to agree with what's being said in chat. Thoreck. The Thoreck voice is great. Pastel.
Thanks.
I thought it was gonna be Brexit Squirrel who showed up.
Oh no, he's stalking Tassel.
Maybe
Yeah,
later.
that's a specific rival,
That's
and they'll
true.
only
Oh,
turn
no.
up for those characters. Okay, so barring any other thoughts, then southeast, I guess, on to
Okay.
plains.
Mm-hmm.
That would be
Okay.
3, and we
Yep,
are
plains.
off the
Yep. And so I'm going to roll you an encounter on the. I'm going to roll you on the tarot deck. Did I just say roll? I'm drawing from the tarot
Roll
deck.
that dwarf.
Well, it's like a roll, right? We're getting a random thing.
Depends on
Do
how well
not
you
roll the
shuffle.
dwarf. We're not playing toss.
Everybody get ready for 52 card pickup.
Hey, you want to play 52 pickup with the deck of mini things?
I would.
Okay. I'm just going to roll one of you randomly. Okay, Nigel, please make me a perception check.
Oh boy.
It's fine, you're a cleric. Loads of
21.
wisdom.
21. You realise as you pack, something feels a bit off about your bag, and you think someone's actually rifled through it. In fact, we'll say... I'll give you a choice. You can either choose a specific item to have gone missing, or you can roll me D10.
Oh boy. That losing stuff would be bad. How about all my crossbow ammo?
Well, we don't really track bolts in this game, but...
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
We have been.
Oh, that's true. Tell you what, yeah, if you want to make it all your crossbow ammo, we can do that.
Right.
Yep, but someone's pilfered all your crossbow ammo. In fact, you
Would
guess you could
I
say they
notice?
bolted.
Hey.
Hey, nice. Would I notice them anywhere? Like, is there a sign of footprints running away, noise in the distance?
Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna say you'll have noticed it shortly after breaking camp. And yeah, since you rolled 21 on the perception check, I'll say there are footprints sort of leading towards, shall we say, Bleakwash?
That is, I would assume, far too out of the way to worry about.
Oh, it depends how you...
On the way.
Yeah, it depends. How fresh are the footprints? How
Yeah.
fresh are the tracks?
they're probably
Yeah,
hours
that
old.
is.
I'll say you'll have probably seen them as you were seeing offspring.
No, I'd say that's us. We can chase them down. I've got a 40-foot movement speed. Do you want me to?
Yep. If you want to try and chase down the thief, roll me a survival check, please.
Excellent. Where's my number? +6. Oh, disgusting. Okay, I didn't do so good.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
I'm afraid a 13 is probably not going to do it. You follow the tracks, but, you realise there was, you run into a sort of a heavily flooded area, and it's just too waterlogged for the footprints to stay. And it looks like whoever took the bolts knew what they were doing, and you've lost their trail.
Well, that's a shame. I'll make my way back to the party. And yeah. Sorry about that. They've got to slip. We're gonna have to replace those bolts for you at some point, eh?
Guys.
There's
well.
nothing good in Bleakwash anyway. We shouldn't go that way. Or so I hear.
Never.
I mean, it is Bleakwash direction, and we are still heading east. So if you want, we can head northeast for now, and then if we don't find anything in Bleakwash, we just carry on our way.
Nigel is kind of a little down after what happened at the end of Boatstock, so he's just whatever right now. So he doesn't entirely care. I do whatever. That's just me saying we can. I don't care if we do.
So it's not going to make like a big impact on your options when it comes to it. Like,
Well, I mean, I've got some ranged spells, but I mostly just hit things with a mace.
Hey, the proper way.
well, onwards and upwards. I promise you, we will collect you some bolts as soon as we can.
No better way to deal with a wazzock than a good thumping.
Hey. Shall we carry on southeast then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Unless there's anything else from DM or anyone else.
You've pretty much covered the entire situation.
Awesome.
Okay. This is going to be a river crossing, so it's going to cost you an extra token, I believe.
I don't know if you should have kept walking next to the...
Is that
Yeah,
a river
+1.
crossing if we just... Because we're not looking to go to the other side of it, right?
Oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, if you haven't crossed the river yet, so it's just free tokens for planes.
Like for the next one, we're not going to go southeast. We're just going to go directly east and follow the river. So
Yeah. Okay, I'll draw from the Tarot of Encounters. Ooh. Wait, remind me. The face cards count as
Do face cards
How do
count
you
as
mean?
what?
Okay, I literally drew the hermit, and I can't actually remember which one that is.
Oh, nice. That's a character one. So there
that's
is
one
an
part.
encounter associated with it, but it tends to tie into whoever's drawn that for this particular character.
Okay. Any of you have the hermit?
Yeah, Bonfan does.
I believe so. Not this character though.
Okay, Ponfont.
Yep.
Okay. So, Ponfont, as you're walking along, you sort of start wondering, could this creature be a dragon?
Yeah. Maybe we are going for a dragon. Mm. Mm. Dragon blood must satisfy urge for murder.
Okay, what I'm going to do is question: does anyone have the moon as a tarot card as well?
No.
Okay, cool.
Or
I don't
will
know.
walk on, like with somebody in between them and Ponfon. No.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to
think-
just.
I
Sorry, go on.
question. I think I just heard an I don't know from
Yeah, I
Pastel.
don't remember. No, that was for me. I don't remember Nigel's card. I asked earlier.
Oh,
and
Nigel.
I was told it wasn't relevant.
Oh,
Has Nigel had one drawn for?
Yes. It's like he had one drawn, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, you didn't note it down.
do you remember who drew it?
Yeah.
I believe there's a list somewhere. Let me check Legend Keeper.
There is indeed a list somewhere.
It's kind of outdated, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
possibly.
if it's not the moon, then it doesn't really matter.
Probably not, to be fair.
Stunk has the moon, but Stunk is not on this quest.
Okay. So yeah.
Oh, Nigel has judgment.
Okay, judgment.
Ah,
Fair enough. Okay, so I've drawn another random encounter, and this is obviously it's going to sort of be sort of Ponfont influenced. So, Ponfont, you're moving at normal travel speed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, give me a perception check then, please.
Okay. That's one of the things she is good at, thankfully, as a ranger. And she rolled a 19.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so for a 19, you notice something feels a bit off. It's fairly early in the morning, but you know, everything feels a bit dim.
It's too.
I must see the hangover. Ah, this
Okay.
headache. Oh. Maybe I went overboard.
Okay, the rest of you, you also realise, not as quickly as Ponfont, but you start realising everything's getting a bit darker.
Like it is actively getting more and more dark.
Yep, as you're walking along, it's just getting darker and darker.
Must be daylight savings time.
Okay. Just have a inspiration for catch me off guard there.
No, that was Pesto Raven's joke. I told it because no one heard him. So
Okay.
Oh,
she should get the inspiration.
Okay. Okay.
What
Inspiration to
if I
Thoreck.
already have an inspiration?
You can give it to someone
I get
else.
it anyways.
Yeah, you can have it.
Okay, so things are just getting darker and darker as you're walking. Do you want to try anything?
Can I determine if this is a natural phenomenon?
You certainly can. Roll me nature.
Oh, I'm not good at nature, but we'll give it a go.
You're a ranger.
Yeah, but nature is an int skill.
Okay.
It's so weird that it's not wisdom.
Okay, it's a 12. For a 12, I'm going to say. Yep, could be an eclipse. You don't know.
I would like to test if moving away from the direction we're going makes it brighter.
Yep, you can do that. If the whole party are on board.
And
Oh,
I'm gonna
time for some science.
Okay, so
I'm
yep.
gonna cast the light cantrip on my mask to see if it's like magical darkness.
Okay, so as you move away, it still keeps getting darker. But I'm going to say when you cast the light cantrip, let me just check. Yep, the light cantrip lights everything up as it would normally. So you know it's not magical darkness.
Found will cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay, and you're going to spend 10 minutes to do that.
Yes.
Okay. As you spend 10 minutes casting it, it continues to get darker.
During that 10
quickly-
minutes.
Yeah.
So go on.
I was just wondering how quickly is it getting darker? Like, is it going to nighttime in those 10 minutes, or?
It just sort of feels like it's rapidly approaching sort of night.
Are the stars coming out, or are we going blind?
Okay.
Like that kind of darkness.
Okay, because Nigel's mask's lit up, you can sort of still see, so you're definitely not going blind. But you do notice there don't seem to be any stars in the sky right now. And the moon is conspicuously absent.
Could I do
don't
like a
like this.
survey of the area just to make sure that is no other entities nearby that could be like causing this or taking
Okay.
advantage of it in some way?
Yeah, could you roll me... let's just call this perception.
We do like perception. Dirty
Oh, that is
20.
more like it.
Nice.
Yeah. You realise there seems to be some sort of... it looks sort of like a... It kind of looks like oil is leaking up from the ground. Just sort of beading. You know, as if it was, like if someone just slightly pressed on a sponge and the liquid inside just started seeping out.
What I'm getting in my head is like the Death Stranding, I think it is. The goop coming up off of people.
Yeah. Like, sort of like the Death Stranding goop.
So
I've never played Death Stranding, so that's lost on me.
don't worry, I'm sure it makes less sense if you have played.
This is true.
So book it.
Hey, I don't like this.
Okay.
I poke it,
Oh no.
You poke it.
kind of rub it between my fingers. Yeah.
Okay,
See
so
how
you're touch.
see
Okay,
how
you're,
it is?
You're touching the
Yeah.
substance. Okay, I'm afraid that's going to be... Actually, no. I'll be nice about this. As soon as you touch it, it instantly stings. I'll let you make a dexterity
touch it.
saving throw to not... Yeah, I'll let you make a dexterity saving throw not to jerk your hand away.
+5, that's 16. I didn't do the plus for that one.
Okay. Yeah, 16's enough. Just take 1 point of acid damage from touching it.
Ooh, it burns as it does. Not like hot
Are
burn,
there-
like a like alchemist burn.
Would this be
Historical sh-
kind of
Go ahead.
undead kind of deal, like slimy undead thing? I want to use Eyes of the Grave to detect all undead within 60.
Nope, you do not detect any undead.
Alright.
Hmm.
Well, I'm out of
Whatever it
ideas.
is definitely dangerous. Somebody mentioned booking it a moment ago.
Yeah, I think it might be in our best interest to run.
Has Bonfont finished her detect magic ritual casting by now?
Yep. After casting detect magic, you'll see well, you can actually see the goo that Amity spotted, and basically all the goo is glowing, and then you'll sort of recognise the glow as the kind of sort of glow you get on a caster if they're casting a spell.
The
Does
dirt is
does she get a
casting
school?
spell.
Oh yeah, the school would be illusion.
Somebody doesn't want us here.
Can I cast Toll the Dead on the goo?
You certainly can. Is told that it is saving throw.
Toll the Dead is a DC 14 Wisdom save.
Okay, wisdom save. That is a 14 exactly.
Dang.
And in your head,
then
you
that-
hear an echoing, "Ow!" You don't hear any sound, but you just feel the sound in your head. I don't know if any of you have encountered anything telepathic, but it's basically something communicating telepathically.
Do we all hear that, or just Nigel?
I'm going to say you all hear it.
I don't like that.
All right,
We come in
out.
peace.
What are you?
What am I?
Everything around this damn place wants to kill us, it seems.
Yes, what are you?
I
I hop
am.
back up on Flickr at this point, because this is sus.
I am me.
Why are you making it so dark?
I don't know. I wanted to say hello, and I think this would get your attention.
Hello, my name's Nigel. What are you doing here?
How do you get a name?
Someone,
You're giving it normally, yeah.
someone tells you what your name is,
Oh,
and then you decide if you like it or you make up your own.
I don't think anyone's given me a name.
Well, I'm not giving you any. I'm going to call you Pudding because you're black and goopy.
Pudding, black pudding. That's what they called me, a black pudding. And sort of in front of you, basically the goo around your sort of feet seeps back in, but then a large mound sort of starts piling up in front of you. And sure enough, a large black dollop appears. And would any of you have encountered a black pudding before?
Okay.
Nope.
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. Instead of the sort of telepathy, it starts making a sound basically by squeezing air and just generally mimicking the action of a lung. Hello. I suppose my name is Black Pudding if you don't want to call me anything else.
Why, hello there, Black Pudding. What can we do for you?
I don't know. I just found myself here. I've been here for a while. I don't know how I got here. I just found myself here. I'm going to say it's probably fairly common knowledge that black puddings tend to be mindless oozes. So, one speaking aloud is unusual, to say the least.
Yeah. This is very strange. It's all formed up into one big goop. So, can I look around and see if it's trying to sneakily pull at anyone's feet, or is this thing just as confused as to why it's here as we are?
Yep, roll me insight, please.
Drake's gonna lick it while he's doing that.
22.
Oh no.
Oh,
Oh,
22.
no.
Okay,
Yep.
so yep, is Drake set to acid mode?
Yes. And is therefore immune to acid damage.
Okay, so yep, for a 22 I'm going to say, yep, you don't detect any sort of malevolent intent here. What this creature's saying is what this creature's means. It has no idea what it's doing, where it came from. Oh, that feels nice. Are you all black puddings as well, or?
No, we're a different kind of people. We're more solid than you. We can't change our form in the way that you are.
That sounds boring. And the mast shifts a bit. You see a fair bit leak under the ground. And it's sort of... Okay, so have you seen Luigi's Mansion 3?
Luigi.
No.
Yeah. It's going to assume a sort of
Well, I've
Guigi
seen
form of...
Not the game.
Yep, it's going to form into a Guigi version of Amity. Sat on...
Oh, that's
Flicker.
cool.
Am I like you now, or am I still a black pudding?
That's, I mean, still a black pudding, but you're doing really good. Would you like to join us?
Oh, no.
What are you doing?
I like having. Well, at the moment we're traveling to a town that's not too far from here. And by not too far, I mean like a good 50 miles southeast-ish. And we're going to
what's a
deal with
town?
a problematic beastie. Oh, it's a place where lots of people live together.
A problematic beastie. Did you think I was a problem?
No, we were just curious as to what you were. You're not. We can't hug you because you're kind of you're stingy. You make
Oh.
us burn.
But you're...
But Drake likes you.
I like drag. And a small sort of pseudopod emerges and sort of strokes Drag's head. So I can hug Drag, but not you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would appreciate that. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, basically one of its sort of basically one of the sort of extensions that look like Flicker's tentacles sort of gently hug Drag.
This is adorable.
Oh.
Is
Nigel,
Amity does a quiet squeak.
If Nigel
Okay.
wasn't wearing an expressionless mask, you'd see him just, what the hell is going on?
Okay, so Amity, could you please roll me a persuasion check if you want the Black Pudding to accompany you?
Assuming the party's not going to disagree with this, sure.
I'm too dumbfounded to say anything.
I don't think she's hallucinating this.
+1. 14 total.
Can I offer the help? Wait, no, never mind. I'm dumbfounded.
Yep, if you want to do the help action, you can give Amity advantage on this.
We could use help, I guess. Yeah, that's me just stammering.
Okay, yep, you can roll again then, Amity, if you want to beat, if you want to get something better than the 14.
16.
Okay, yeah, I was
That's
looking for
better.
a 15, so
Nice.
you wouldn't mind, would you?
It'll be great.
Okay, let's travel together.
Question: how big is the black pudding?
Okay, let's see. Black puddings are large oozes, so
Okay, so technically it's 2 sizes bigger than Drag, so it can't ride on Drag because Drag wouldn't be going anywhere.
yeah, exactly. In fact, you can actually see that it's clearly storing some of itself in the ground to assume the shape of you and flicker.
Nice. But yeah, that's awesome. We made a friend.
Ah,
Yeah, we right.
yeah. I will say that while Black Pudding is accompanying you, you can only move at you can't move at fast pace because they've only got a movement speed of 20 feet.
So like normal speed at the most, then I guess.
Yeah, obviously, like 30 feet is how you'd move in combat. So your walking
Yeah.
speed's probably slower overall anyway. So you're still sort of keeping pace, but
Yeah, like a marching pace would be consistently just a little bit less than like action
Yeah.
all the time.
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess you've made a friend. Okay,
Shall we go onward?
Yep. I believe planes. You just remove one. Yeah, I think it's just the one hex that you've cleared up here, isn't it? Unless I'm
Yeah,
mistaken.
like it's one all around you, I believe.
Okay, so yep, that's that. Where are you going next?
Typically. How does everyone feel about directly east?
Sounds good to me.
Okay,
Okay then.
Mm-hmm.
You.
I'll draw on the Tower of Encounters again.
And shouldn't more of the map be getting revealed?
Oh yep, I'll
There's
sort that out
an
first.
encounter every tile.
Yeah, while I draw from the. Don't worry, some are bigger than others.
Some maps are bigger than
So it
others.
is. It depends on the quest and depends on the DM. There is the
Yeah.
option of some tiles not having an encounter, but it's
Oh yep. Does anyone have the Strength Arcana?
no.
Okay, we'll just say nothing happens in this then.
Fair enough. That is, we don't have enough to move anywhere on it from here now, so we have to rest for the night.
Okay, can I get a watch order, please?
I'll take first.
Steel Defender's up all
yes.
night, obviously.
Oh yeah.
Amity will take
could
the
the
last.
Could
Okay.
the defender give effectively the help action to whoever's taking watch?
Yep, that's doable.
Yay!
Okay, so everyone's going to
I
have
will.
the help action from the defender. So presumably you're all doing watches as normal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds good to me.
Alright.
Okay, so who's taking first watch?
Confident will
go
take
first.
first
Oh,
for
okay.
once.
Okay, second watch.
Take second.
Okay, third.
Take third.
Okay, and fourth.
And Amity!
Splendid. Oh, that's quite good. Amity,
Amity
please roll me
works.
perception.
Awesome.
With advantage.
With advantage.
$18.
Nice.
It's a good job I had advantage. One of those was a 2.
Yeah.
Okay, 18. Let me see. I'll just roll this. Okay, Amity. You hear a rustle and look up, but you don't see anything.
The Cocker invisible now.
I want to double check one thing quick fast.
Add
I
time.
don't know. Perception plus flash. Okay. So drag one side of me, flicker the other, and in a movement that's been, practiced because Amity's really good at keeping their companions engaged and enriched through various activities and puzzles and what have you, so they know how to work together. And we're going
Of course.
to move towards the sound of the noise, looking for whatever did it.
Okay. So, we'll call this, yeah, if you, I'll tell you what, all three of you just roll me a perception check. Obviously, only one of you can benefit from the Steel Defender. It's help action, so
I'll take-
only one of you can have
I'll take
advantage.
the advantage for me, and the others will roll normal.
Okay.
Are they both +2? No, try
Give me
plus
your
2.
numbers.
Okay, so I'll just
10.
re-roll the advantage for me.
X.
Natural 20. Do I need to roll the other two?
Yeah, I don't think I won't bother making you roll. You look, yeah, you look dead ahead.
Mm.
Well, you hear another rustle, look out of a bush, and you see a,
We pinch of it perfectly.
yeah, in fact, well, you don't need really to know too much to know that you're looking at a druid. Like, they are just dressed so stereotypically druidic. You know, like
Covered in greens and browns.
greens, browns, vines. And I'm going to say, because you crit, you can tell just by looking at them, like, they're so stereotypically druid. Like, you might have mistaken them for someone wearing a costume, but, because they're out here, it's more likely that they're just very traditionalist as far as druids go. They look dead at you. This is a... Yeah, well, you can't really tell much about their facial features because they're wearing a hood. But you can see a pair of horns which suggest they might be a tiefling. Or perhaps, some sort of fae. Yeah, classic Bree NPC. They're a tiefling. And, yeah, what do you want to do? You're just locked. You just have your eyes locked on each other at the moment.
It's Huntress Wizard. Oh my god.
Can I help you here, stranger? No, we don't appreciate folks sneaking up on our camp like this.
They stare at you as if considering their options. Think for a moment, and then they say, speak your business.
Are we all
Passing
aware?
through. Not yet. I haven't woken anyone up. If it looks like it's going to be a combat, then I will. See how it goes.
Speak your business. You're passing through. Where? You must have business.
Southeast towards Trafford.
Chafford? What business have you in Chafford?
A beast causing problem for the local populace there. We were hoping to lend hand, maybe make some friends there so that we could, it's connect our two communities.
Are we all part of this conversation?
Oh, yeah.
We're asleep.
Yeah, you're going to be asleep unless Amity explicitly woke you up.
Okay.
Okay, Amity, make me an insight check, please.
I'm not bad at those.
Hmm.
What's my plus?
Okay, you don't have to roll high.
This plus 13. No, you said I don't have to roll high, but
Yep, I believe you've still beaten a 2.
hooray!
I
Yeah,
think that's
as
how
soon-
math works.
Yeah. As soon as you say you're headed to Chafford to help deal with a wild beast, you see their eyes immediately narrow, and they just sort of subtly shift back. Well, I don't see what you want to do there. I mean, these backwoods towns, they're always making up stories, just drawing in tourists or trying to impress, these rumours just get started.
Well, that's why we're
Right.
investigating. If there's a problem, we don't want it to get worse. And if it turns out there's not a problem, well, never mind.
Well, maybe you should just turn back.
Are you with the Ironwoods? Because Amity, being part of the Drew community, wouldn't know about the other faction. And also know that any interaction we've had with them recently has always been hostile. And this person is being very cagey and not particularly friendly. So I'm thinking
Yeah.
maybe
You can
this person's
yeah.
from the other faction.
You can actually
You're
see, looking at them head on with the light from the fire, you can actually see that on the front is basically the sort of straps of their pack are sort of embroidered to form the pattern of a large tree, which is the symbol of the Ironwood Druid faction.
Yes. I forget the Great Dirty Tree.
Yeah, the
Great
Dirty
Tree.
Great Tree.
I love it. Well, Airedale itself had a problem with an invasive creature that didn't belong, and I gestured to Flicker. We took care of that. We didn't have to murder anything to do it either. We will take whatever steps are necessary to make sure that the local ecology is sustained in a safe and healthy way, okay? Trust me. I'm good at what I do.
I'm going to tell you one more time. Turn back. This doesn't concern you.
What doesn't concern us?
Anything.
You're not being very forthcoming. You're welcome to join us for the camp if you want somewhere safe to stay tonight, but, I'm not going to talk in circles with somebody that doesn't want to engage in fruitful conversation. So, and then with that, I just turn around and walk back to the camp. My two companions, however, not quite as trusting, and I just, eyes closely on them at all times.
Okay. Because, of course, you've got both your animal companions keeping an eye on them, this won't catch you off guard. They immediately stoop down and grab a stick. They sort of lift it gently off the ground for a moment, but it seems they drop it as if thinking better of it. and you think, you just sort of feel this happening behind you. Maybe your animal companions sort of relay it somehow.
Yeah.
But
A snarl as they move suddenly.
yeah. But all of a sudden, you hear a quiet chanting, which you recognise as druidic, and realise that they're about to cast a spell.
Would I have time to pull out my horn of bellowing and just blow into it?
I'm going to say yes, but you'll probably get hit by the spell.
I'll tank it.
Okay. A massive crack echoes, so everyone else, you're going to get woken up, as the druid casts Thunderwave.
What in the hell?
So yeah, Amity, I'm going to need from you and your companions I think it's a saving throw. Yep, a Constitution saving throw. You're looking to beat a
Get them.
I'll do me first.
12.
19.
If it's 2.
Yep, okay, it's only Amity and their companions that need to roll,
only
to be
Amity?
clear.
Okay,
Oh,
how many
the
fails?
whole party.
Unlucky. Did you roll for Flicker and Drake?
I'm getting there.
Sorry. I'll roll damage.
So good. +2 for drag, so I can just re-roll that, and then we say... Mark, page down. +3 for things, so I will have to reset the number for Flicker. Drag gets 6, drag fails.
Oh,
Oh,
damn.
wow, come on. Flicker. Success!
Okay. Flicker's going to take half damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's a low roll anyway. So, Amity and Drag take 4 points of damage. Flicker only takes 2. Amity and Drag, you're blasted backwards 10 feet. I'm going to say
Nice.
into Ponfont's tent.
Excellent.
Ponfont, you're woken up by a ranger and their dragon smacking into your tent. Okay, that's objectively the funniest person for that to happen to.
What information? Bonfon
Okay.
is very surprised.
It just wakes up face to face with a dragon-shaped free face.
Okay, and I'm going to say the druid sort of prepares to advance, but then a large, I'm going to say, as you look up Amity, a large black tendril rises from the ground, and they just stop dead, think better of trying anything, and just turn and run. You hear in your head,
Let him go.
so that wasn't a friend.
That was not a friend, no. It's a long story, but I can tell you about it over the rest of my watch if you'd like.
Okay.
Also, I need to let everybody else know what that big thunderclap was. So yeah, I'd tell everybody what just happened.
Druids.
Hmm. Are we sure they were druids? They could have been pretending.
That
Aren't
was
there-
definitely a druid. They're
Aren't
from the other
elves in these
faction.
parts?
They travel just like we do.
Hmm.
What's a druid?
Plant wizard.
Ooh.
Ears are still
Amity
ringing
is
from
torn.
that.
Somebody is torn between plant wizard being a good enough explanation and, oi, that's my friends you're talking about.
I mean, to be fair, a platinum wizard could also be a wild magic sorcerer.
Oh my god, brilliant.
They protect nature. Or so they claim.
Oh, were we hurting nature?
Nope. They think we're going to hurt nature, or that somebody else is hurting nature, and that we're going to let them carry on.
Oh.
So are we up for the day then? Should we get moving?
Yep, it's a new dawn, it's a new day.
Good song.
Keeping in mind, of course, you can't travel at fast pace as long as Black Pudding's with you.
Yep.
What pace are you choosing?
Amity votes normal.
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 Yep,
Normal
normal it
again,
is. Add an extra 9 tokens. And where you go?
How does everyone feel about East?
I'm fine with that.
Seems
Hey.
fun. Seems
Okay.
You best be
Do-do-do.
going south sometime soon.
Yeah, I think the river will probably turn south eventually. Because, it's, the hint was we can follow the river. Speak
Well.
of the devil.
Oh no, it's Asmodeus.
Yeah, I've been here the entire time.
Oh my.
His head is sticking out of the river bend.
They just slowly rise out of the water, just up to their head, and be like, "Hey."
Sup?
Well, excuse me, but I'm not everywhere, you know? And they angrily plop back in the water. So I don't know if anyone watched Recess as a kid, but I was just thinking that joke where Randall pops out of a bin saying, "Am not," when someone says he's always sneaking around.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's just roll a little tarot deck encounter.
Oh, that show, right?
Created by Paul and Joe.
I never knew it was called Recess.
It's just American for break time.
Yeah, I know, but yeah.
Okay. As you start moving, the sky darkens again.
Go and find it. We haven't the time for this.
Hmm.
I'm not doing it this time. Squelch is Black Pudding.
Okay, how did you do it the first time? That might give us some clues to what's going on.
I don't know. I just felt as if I could. And they just sort of I'm gonna say they're currently in the shape of oh yeah, they're in the shape of Ponfont at the moment, and they just sort of shrug. I wanted to get your attention, and I felt I could take the light away for a moment.
It's
Oh,
Black
it's getting
Wood
dark
Mag.
again. It's getting dark again, so I've cast a light on my mask once more.
Okay, so you cast light. It's casting light.
Yep.
To be fair, there's not the ambient light levels aren't getting particularly dark. It just feels like the sky's darkening.
Is it like a very similar effect or something different?
It feels quite different this time. The sky's just starting to get dark, and it's sort of like it's basically as if there's just huge, completely opaque clouds covering it. So it's sort of like it's sort of a twilight sweeping over you, but it's more of a very overcast, stormy twilight than the sun setting twilight.
Right,
So
whatever you want, whatever you're doing, get it over with. I haven't the time.
Okay. As the sky darkens, you feel a sort of tingle, and all of a sudden, Let's see. Okay. Ponfont. You suddenly feel just hot breath behind you, as if you are a colossal dragon was suddenly breathing down the back of your neck.
Is there a dragon behind me? She looks around.
Okay,
Quickly,
as you look over your shoulder, you see visions of the rest of the party on the floor, just completely eviscerated, as the floating head of a dragon snarls at you.
Anthony, Nigel, Thoreck. No! Alduin! Not again!
Okay, Thoreck.
Hey.
You look down, and you see a leather bag.
A leather bag.
As you look a bit closer, question: does Thoreck have any tattoos or anything?
Probably.
Yep. Basically, you look a bit closer and you realise the bag seems to be made of your own skin.
I don't like that.
Never a good sign, is it? Amity. You look a bit to your side, and you suddenly see Flicker has suddenly bitten into Drag.
Well, that's unusual. I immediately moved to separate them.
Yep. As you move to separate them, they both just fall to the ground, as if your touch alone had just instantly killed them.
I draw my sword and I look around for whatever is causing this.
Yep. And Nigel. Sorry, Nigel.
Yes. Nigel.
Okay, Nigel, right the first time. A large alabaster mask appears before you.
Nigel, you have allowed innocents to die. You have failed me.
Okay, so having had a literal direct encounter with Morian himself, would I notice anything looks off about this mask?
Roll me a religion check, please.
I'm not good at that, ironically. Natural 20, though.
It's so weird how it's an intelligence skill.
Yeah, this
21.
definitely looks like Morian's mask, but something feels a bit off. Okay.
So,
sorry, go on.
so something feels off. So I get the feeling that this isn't quite Morian, so piss off. Fat excuse for a god you are, whatever you're pretending to be.
Defying your god will have consequences. If you defy life and death,
Well, it's
both will come for you.
And what I'm going to need
Well,
from
then
everyone,
it's a
please,
good
is
thing you're
a
not my
wisdom
god.
save.
Wisdom
As
save.
these, Nigel, you can have advantage because you've sort of realised it is just these are, they're not entirely real.
14.
24.
Come on. That's a 9 for Amity. Do you want one from the creatures? The companions?
No, I'm just going to say the humanoids. Okay, and is that a
good.
5 for Ponfon?
Yeah, which makes sense, I think.
Okay, so everyone who rolled a 14 or more, you're fine. Amity and Ponfont. You realise these visions aren't real, but they just sort of continue and they play on your mind. You're going to have advantage on ability checks until you manage to get through this. Just from sorry, disadvantage. Yeah, you're just racked with fear from what you've seen, and in your mind, it wasn't real, but in your heart, could it be?
Suddenly keeping both of my companions very close.
Thoreck is just angry that things keep bothering him. And
Did I try and slap either one of them to snap them out of it?
Yep, you know what? Make me a... What should I make this? Yep, let's call this a... persuasion check, just to, help them calm down.
Gotcha. 22.
That's good.
Yep.
So, what are you saying to calm them down?
I know whatever you saw was probably distressing. I saw my god tell me I'm a failure, but whatever that was a shite impression. So it's just something trying to rattle us. Whatever you saw, it wasn't real. And I'm here to help you through it.
Okay, what I'll do is, Amity and Pomfont, right the first time. Because of Nigel's words, you can both make the saving throw again at advantage because of the pep talk.
Ooh.
We can just roll again or with advantage?
With advantage.
Roll with advantage again.
Oh, with advantage.
17. And again, the advantage was needed because my other roll was a natural 1.
Oh. That, oops.
Was that a 13?
Yeah, no, it's counted both die. But it was a 7 and a 5 plus 1. So 7 plus 1 is 8.
7. Okay, so an 8. Yeah. Okay, Amity, you managed to shrug this off. You realise, Flicker wouldn't hurt Drake, and you don't, no matter how bad he did, you're not going to kill them just by touching them. It was just a horrible illusion, and everything's fine now. You shrug that off. Ponfont, I'm afraid you're still terrified that a dragon is going to murder your friends.
Elduin!
Okay.
Yep. So yeah,
Okay.
you just jot down because of the fear. You still have a disadvantage on all ability checks.
It's fine. We're just gonna. I think. Hey, tell you what. How about we're just gonna stick close to Ponfond, help them through this, however long it takes, and it'll, she'll Ponfond. She, I believe she is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
She'll get over this. So she has had this kind of a problem before, and she always gets through it. I believe in her.
Yep, this is true.
I would like to look around for the Wazak that is causing this.
Okay, I'm going to say, as you're looking around, you see that the sky lights up, the darkness disappears from the sky. You have no idea what caused it, and whatever did seems to have passed. But you know what? If you want, you can make me an Arcana check to get some insight.
Okay. 24.
Nice.
Okay. Yep. I'm going to say this might have actually been divine in nature. Perhaps Lul's just testing you, or perhaps something more sinister.
Well, I'd prefer they just left us all alone for a moment. We've
Agreed.
got things to do.
God's a tricksy in that way, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'll just roll for black pudding.
Ugh. Are you alright? I had a vision that you all said you didn't want to be friends anymore.
Look, it was just a vision. We do still want to be friends because we think you have the best goo that we have ever come across.
Okay, okay.
And we've got a lot more friends for you to meet. If we survive.
Yes. Oh, I can't wait to get you back to Airedale.
What's an Airedale?
That's where the town where we live.
Oh, is it where we're going?
Eventually, but we have one stop to make first.
Okay, it sounds nice.
And luckily black puddings are actually immune to frightened, so black pudding's fine anyway.
Hooray!
But yeah, that's the end of that encounter. What are you doing next?
Tracking. We can see where the river divides to the east, and I think we want to be on the eastern side of it. So if we travel one more east, we can then start heading south, and that should take us along the path towards our destination.
Yep, that sounds good. Is that where you're all going then?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay. If someone could just move the token and adjust the sticky note.
So I do the river crossing bit at that bit because we do have to cross it at this point. So
Yep. You can. You can
That'll be-
spend the token for that. And as you start crossing the river, Black Pudding stops and says,
Can I... Am I safe getting wet?
I don't know.
Only one way to find out.
Well, you seem to
I'm-
do a.
Can I get
You seem-
a handful of water and say, get ready for this, and drop just a little bit, like on the very edge of the
Yeah.
largest blob section?
"Yeah, make me a persuasion
I sent
check."
you an important DM.
What was that from someone who was talking?
Oh yeah.
It's just-
Noted.
Yep. Thank
Easy.
you.
Okay. So you drip a bit of water on Black Pudding, and it's harmless. And Black Pudding
Yeah,
says,
fine,
"Okay, yeah, that's fine by me."
just hold on to dry so that you don't get swept away. Because if you have any problems, well, we're not going to be able to grab onto you.
Well, I have a thought. They seem to be pretty good at moving in and out of the ground. Why don't they just move under the river?
Oh,
Yep,
that's smart.
Yeah, I could do that. And yep, because of Amity's persuasion, I'm going to say that's enough that Black Pudding will continue to accompany you across the river.
I love this blob friend.
Okay, so you're in the next hex.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, were you saying something, Summer?
No, I was just saying blob friend.
The friendliest blob.
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see what's on the old tarot deck. I don't think I've seen many of these yet. Okay, so as you get to the other side of the river, you see something quite unusual. Before you stands, before you stands an altar, stained red. There's something on it you can't quite see from a distance.
Should probably just not touch that.
Can't you send your robot to investigate it?
Why bother? It's just a weird red altar out in the middle of nowhere.
Perfectly normal.
It's true.
I'd like to. One of the things that I tend to do is like my job for like it around Airedale is that I keep an eye on surrounding areas and just make sure there's nothing dangerous that random passersby are going to get hurt by. So I would like to check it out just to make sure it's not going to cause harm.
Okay, Amity, if you're going to approach it, as you get closer, you see what's on top of it is a very, very fine looking silver chalice. It's inset with rubies.
Okay. Do I see anything special about the altar?
Apart from being stained red, nope, nothing unusual. It's just sort of like a stone altar.
Hey, Nigel. You're good. You're good with gods and stuff, right? Is there anything religiously significant about this?
Would I recognize if there's anything religiously significant? Because altars are usually to something. So
This is true. I'm going to say you can't recognise anything about it. Yeah, you don't recognise any of the symbols just by looking at it. Could you please make me a religion check?
I don't have good a bonus to that as you might think. So my roll's only an 18.
Only an 18, you say.
Only.
Bounded accuracy says that's a pass. So, yep. The sort of symbols on this look to be maybe from a sort of maybe an ancient religion, millennia old. You aren't sure about the specifics, but you think you can just sort of make out it's a warning about some sort of contagion. Something about maybe sacrifice. Contagion, if you prefer.
Sorry, I wasn't sure I heard the word right.
Yeah, contagion, as in contagiousness, or
Right.
maybe some sort of toxin, and something about sacrifice, and yeah, it generally looks like whatever this chalice is, it's bad news.
Joy. A toxic altar. Definitely something we want to mess around with.
Yeah, would it be more like the altar is warning us about a contagion and like sacrificing something to it protects against that or causes it?
That is a very good question.
Yeah, what I'm asking is what would I have to roll to try and discern that?
Roll me history.
8.
Yep, you aren't sure of anything more specific.
Well, I've got no ideas. Something about a contagion and sacrifice. I'm not quite sure. Can't quite make out the writing.
Actually, what languages do you speak?
Celestial and common.
Yep, it won't be celestial.
I doubt I'm going to have a language as relevant to what this sounds like it might be, but I will read you my list. common, dwarvish, infernal, sylvan, goblin, and draconic.
Actually, you know what?
Got
I'll
it.
say anyone who's reading Draconic can anyone who can read Draconic can try giving me a history check or a religion check.
Font can read it, but I think she's
Ooh.
still suffering from that
Oh, yep, that's
disadvantage
true.
on ability checks.
I mean, that just means you're rolling at a disadvantage. It's still worth a roll. You might
Yep.
get lucky.
Yeah.
Imagine
might as
two
well
nat
try.
20s.
You never
Yeah.
know.
so
I've seen it before.
Was it history or religion? They're both
Yeah.
plus 0. So I'm
Yeah,
going to roll religion.
Okay.
Can I guidance?
Yep, sure.
Okay, there you go. You got guidance.
Who's
Add
got
your
what
dice.
guidance?
Nigel does. Add your D4.
Oh, you want me to add a d4?
Yeah.
I'll add a d4.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd
I
imagine
also
since
have
you're
guidance.
That's a
okay,
total
yeah.
of 19.
Okay, total of 19. That's good. Would you like to roll
6
as well,
for-
please? 6 from Ponfont.
with a
Okay.
disadvantage.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, so you both roll. So you both sort of read the Draconic. Ponfont, you aren't entirely certain what it means, but I'm gonna say, you know, sort of reading Draconic, it does sort of make you think about, you know, the fear you're still afflicted by. So if you'd like, you can make another Wisdom saving throw to try and shake it off.
Okay. Just playing all the wisdom saving throw. Yeah. 12?
Yeah, that doesn't pass, I'm afraid. Okay. And Amity, you read through the Draconic, and yeah, it's basically it seems to be some sort of ancient Draconic religion. Well, not some sort of ancient dragon worshipping religion, and the chalice is basically marked towards a. It basically talks about black rubies imbued by the dragon, and you do know that black dragons tend to be poisonous in nature. So it's whatever's in this chalice is probably toxic.
Okay, I think we should set up warnings to make sure this is not interacted with.
Yep, no
Warning,
great deed
will
is
cause contagion.
Don't touch it, you wazak.
I like you.
okay. Yep. Tell you what, we'll just put down a marker.
Yeah. We should collect whatever's locally available in the area. Bit of wood. Maybe try to engrave something with a python, or somebody's got tools for changing the altar somehow, so that we can. So there's something readable to let people know to not interact with the chalice, because it's like cursed and causes great sickness.
Yep. No great deed is remembered here. This is not a place of honour.
Exactly.
Yeah, I've just left the sticky note there, but you can adjust it to whatever you want.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay. And that's that encounter. Well done.
I've seen way too much Supernatural. I wanted to cut my hand over the cup and bleed into it and see what happens.
It seems like that makes me miss Imp a lot. Because Imp
I
would have
mean-
immediately been like, power?
Yeah. Yeah. Imp would have totally tried something silly.
Yep.
Okay, so does anyone else want to do anything else with this altar?
I didn't roll high enough on my checks to be sure one way or the other. No.
Okay.
If I had a good sledge, I'd smash it.
Oh, maybe we can
yeah.
come back.
Go
Come back
smashing the
once we well, once we've upgraded you, maybe we can deal with it more permanently. But it's all then. Which direction would we like to head?
I think south.
Okay.
That would be 4 totals because it's 3 for plains plus 1 because there's another fork in the river. So we're gonna have to cross another river.
We could
mean,
go.
You can
We
move
could
into
go
this.
here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go southwest.
Oh, we could do that. Yeah. Stick
And-
to the plains for the one tile and then cross over later.
Enfys, you can get him back. Somebody just has to outsmart the devil.
Yeah. Don't say that to Amity because Amity will roll their eyes at you and be like, ugh. Are they really worth it though?
Yeah.
I'm not speaking in a pirate accent. Consider it out of character.
Yeah,
I
I know.
mean,
I
there
know.
is-
That's why I said like, don't say it to.
Yeah, I know.
There is canonically one NPC who would think it's worth it, of course, but she's not here.
I'd tell
Yep.
you who it is, but I don't want to tattle.
Hey.
You can have inspiration for pandering.
Okay, so
I already
so
have
head
it.
in southwest.
You can give it to someone
Does
else.
anyone not have inspiration?
I don't.
There you go. You have it now.
Hooray! Thank you.
Okay. So if you're moving into that square,
Yep. Boop, boop, boop,
okay,
boop.
that's all your tokens, so you're going to have to stay bunk down for the night. But I'll just clear this for you.
Now, I want to point out that at this point we've been traveling with the putting for like a day or two.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so Nigel's kind of fascinated with it because to him it's like a sort of. It seems to he's thinking like embody like aspects of Moraine in some way because black puddings usually only cause death, but this thing seems to be alive, so it's like life and death all at once.
Are you
It's
looking at me?
Never do this.
I don't have eyes, so I don't really know what looking is, but I think your eyes let you see things, right? Like how I can sort of feel people moving about me?
Yes, I am. You're quite the interesting little creature. From what I know, things of
Oh.
your ilk don't exactly talk.
Yeah. People, I remember before I started thinking, I still remember people called me, people called me Black Pudding.
Yeah, quite a coincidence that we named you Black Pudding. I had no idea it was going to be a black pudding. I was just being silly.
Yeah. Well, that's the moment. I mean, it's kind of ironic because it's just going to feel like you've literally just called a black pudding, but
Yeah.
for the benefit of anyone not looking at my webcam feed, I did shrug.
Lol.
Okay. But yep, you're bunking down for the night, so could I please have a watch order, please?
In
I'll
watch
go
order,
first. Yeah.
I want to name this black pudding Guinness.
Ah. What's a Guinness?
That's an old-timey kind of money, right?
Not the Guinea.
It's I don't know. Well, Nigel's taking first watch with the Steel Defender providing help all night, I suppose, for everyone. So
Yep,
advantage
okay.
again.
Yep. Everyone can have advantage from the Steel Defender. So Nigel's on the first watch. Who's on the second?
1 second.
Oh. was just gonna do third again.
Okay,
Oh,
so
I'll take second. I don't mind.
do.
So is it Emery, Parfait, Thoreck,
yeah,
Comfort?
Yep.
Is that the order?
Nigel, yeah, something like that.
Oh, Nigel, right. Sorry.
Yep. I was gonna bring Barry on this one, but I couldn't really figure out her personality, so I was like, no, pirate.
That's all good.
I rolled a 6 for third watch.
I wasn't
do
even
we
asked
want
for a roll, so I
perception?
didn't roll anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny
Alright.
because I have perception proficiency.
Sorry, what was Nigel's role for the first watch? Giving away which one's
I
important.
wasn't asked for one, so let
Okay.
me roll now.
Yep, remember you have advantage.
24.
Okay, yeah, that'll do it.
Yep.
Okay, for a 24, you're just sort of relaxing by the campfire. What sort of thing are you doing?
I have used thaumaturgy on the campfire to make the flames black and white, and
Okay.
I'm just relaxing.
Okay. You see, okay, so I'm going to say the light from this is sort of turns, the immediate area of this area, sort of gives it a black and white wash. And, yep, as you're just sort of admiring this and looking around, you see a... Where's my dice gone? Yep, you see a fairly you see a young lady dressed in rags, just sort of trying to rifle through your backpack.
Through mine.
Well, like the party sort of ration storage.
All right. Is this they're going through the ration? So what they're in rags. They look hungry.
Yep. Oh no, I'm caught.
Are you hungry? There's no need to steal. Well, I have some you can take. I know what it's like to go out on an empty stomach.
I'm dreadfully sorry. The master won't let us eat until we've completed our contract.
And what is your contract, and who is your master?
Oh, I'm a member of the great merchant Rye from Chafford. I work. I'm one of his maids. She
What do they
curtsies.
have you out here doing?
Oh,
Yeah, curtsies.
forgive me. I snuck away from camp in the night. I hadn't eaten since lunchtime, and I was so hungry. I thought you wouldn't miss a bit of food.
I would assume that I would just snacking, I suppose. So I will toss them a ration, and they're dressed in rags, so 5 gold as well.
Oh my goodness! Thank you kindly. You must meet my master. I'm sure you could talk business.
Perhaps, but we already have business, and I'm not sure we'll have time for any extra. Now, what did they say their contract was, or did I not get that?
Oh, she said she's basically working as a maid.
Oh, okay.
So
there's
just sort of like house servant.
cleaning.
Part of their entourage.
Gotcha. So I have. And where would your master be? And what kind of business do you think we could talk?
Oh well, you're travellers, aren't you? I'm sure you could trade.
Perhaps.
Our
But I'm not
camps.
sure I want to do business. The camps are.
Our camp isn't too far away. Just maybe a mile or so. Yeah, because remember these hexes are 8 miles, so there's plenty of space in them.
Yeah. They're in rags. Like, they look, what, squalid? Pretty poor?
Yeah.
I'm not sure I want to do business with someone who keeps their crew in such a sorry state. But we'll see. So, I assume they point out on our map or whatever where their camp is?
Yep. In fact, they sort of point. You're on plains, so you can actually see the. You can see a few campfires in the distance.
And how long are y'all going to be there?
Oh, until dawn, of course. Then we'll continue our journey.
Now, this might be worth waking up the party to check, but I'm not entirely familiar with like the travel rules. What would be like the downside of not sleeping? Is it still exhaustion or?
Basically, you can still sort of spend a couple of hours doing something, then go back to bed, and you won't take any penalties. Oh, that reminds me, actually. While this is happening, Ponfont, you're sort of racked with horrible nightmares because of your fear effect.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
So the good news is. Wait, let me find it again. I've completely forgotten which card I drew for this.
I don't know, because you didn't read it. I know. Oh, that was a clunk.
Oh, sorry, that was my chair.
So. Oh, hey, Ben. We're just going through a bunch of tarot encounters.
Oh, wait, here we are, found it. It was the 10 of swords for the record. So, yep, Ponfont, because you didn't manage to clear the fear effect before you rested, you have horrible nightmares, and the fear effect is over. You've managed to shrug it off, but because you haven't been getting any sleep tonight, you'll suffer a level of exhaustion.
Mm-hmm. What does that do again exactly?
It should say on your character sheet, but I believe it's disadvantage on ability checks.
Yes, about everything, yeah. Ability checks, saves, and attack rolls.
Just ability checks, actually. You don't get
Just
disadvantage on.
checks. We got
Yeah.
attack rolls.
Nope, attack rolls isn't until 3 levels of exhaustion.
Oh,
Ah, well, color me wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Disadvantage on ability.
Alright. So, how much does your master pay you exactly?
Oh, a copper piece a day. Money paid, of course, on completion of the contract. So, obviously, if I were cleaning his house, I'd be earning that copper every day. But he won't be paying us until we reach our destination, and of course we get the rations we're given.
Okay, now does this person seem like they're telling the truth, or are they like bullshitting?
Roll me insight, please.
Yeah.
Be right back, restroom.
Fair. Oh yeah,
Oh,
we should probably take a break in a bit, actually.
Yeah, we should. It's been 2 hours.
Yeah. So what was the result of that? Sorry.
8.
8. You aren't entirely sure if this person can be trusted.
Right.
And what we'll do is we'll go to the break
So-
screen.
Alright.
What? Break screen. Okay. So yep, you're still audible and well, your icons are still visible, but I'm no longer visible, so I can do what I want.
I mean, your Fugi image is visible.
Well, yeah, you can see I'm talking
yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
Oh, and wait, yep,
mean-
an ad break's
Oh,
running
within that
for the next 3
okay.
minutes.
Yes.
Sorry.
So it's really well timed.
Yep. I'm just going to go for a
Yeah,
quick pee
so-
and take a drink. I'll be right back.
Gotcha.
Enjoy.
Yeah. So Nigel doesn't like people who treat their crew bad, because I mean, they're your crew, they're your friends, whatever. You
So
gotta
we're
treat 'em
gonna
right,
divert
'cause
and murder the dismaster person.
I'm back. What did I
maybe.
miss?
Hi, back.
I was talking about how
I'm
Hi,
Amethyst
Ben.
Snapdragon.
Wow. Yeah, I was talking about how Nigel doesn't like people who treat their crew poorly, because your crew out on the open seas is your life. A ship can't be sailed by just one person, like a big ship. So you got to treat them all with respect and all that fun stuff. So he's not exactly fond of someone who keeps their crew in such a ragged shape.
Yeah.
So Enfys here was like,
It's
"Hey,
not a
let's
good look.
divert and kill them."
I was merely speaking for what Nigel obviously desires.
So, did you wake us all up then, or?
Not yet.
Okay. Gotcha.
I was just I was doing an insight check to see if I could tell if they were bullshitting me. I got an 8, so I was like, I'm not entirely sure if they can be trusted or not. But they were immediately rifling through our food storage instead of pockets.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That is an important distinction.
Yep. So I tossed them 1 ration, which I need to go ahead and deduct.
Oh,
And
yeah.
5
By
gold,
the
which
way,
is
with the way that we've been traveling, because our first day was all fast, we wouldn't have been able to forage it all. So everybody should have marked off the 1 ration for that anyway. And for the rest of them, we've been traveling at normal pace. So the Outlander features would have kicked in, and we wouldn't need to spend rations for any of them.
Indeed.
got it. Yeah. So they get paid what? 2 copper. I think Bree said 2 copper a day, and I just handed them 5 gold.
That person is now rich.
That's yeah.
That is a small fortune for somebody in their position.
Yep. My plan was, if I rolled high enough on insight and I could trust them, was like, hey, I've got a boat and I need someone to keep it clean.
Swabby recruitment.
Yeah. But they're like, hey, maybe you want to go do business with my boss, and their
I got
camp's
all
like
that.
about a mile away, and we can see it.
So, do we know like where the town we're going to is, or we're just kind of searching around for it?
We have a general idea. The information that I remember back from when Tal did the research for it was somewhere close to the river that we're following.
Mhm.
So as long as we're following the river, it should be within sight. Ideally, we'd want to be on the east side of the river, because I believe it's either in or just past that like swampy patch that we're approaching now.
Well,
Also, I was worried this
So,
was
yeah,
just
like-
me, but it's not. But Infish, you're kind of roboting a bit.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
about to say the
I
same.
know it's not too.
Okay. Let me see if I can fix this.
How much longer are we gonna be going for?
probably about an hour.
Yeah, an hour at most, probably.
An hour hops. It might be less than that.
Hmm.
Yeah, we're probably reaching the point where we're going to wrap up.
Bree, I wanted to let you know, maybe it's intentional, but on the stream, people can see the parts of the map that are hidden for the players.
Okay, yeah, I couldn't really find a way around. Yeah, I couldn't really find a way around that. I've just been trying to keep it to a minimum.
That's generally fine as long as we are not like keeping an eye on it. It's why I pop out
Yeah.
the chat, because Nick has it the same way. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll just shift it like, well, you can't see it, but I've shifted the camera a bit just to have less of a spoiler.
Yeah. So I'm of two minds right now. One, wake up the party and we go beat up their boss. Two, recruit them to keep a ship clean.
Okay.
why not both, Dr. Peg?
Well, first of all, are we going back to the game yet? Or are we still waiting on people?
I think everybody's here.
Yep, anyone still need to pee?
Nope.
Seem like it.
No, not me.
All good.
Nice.
Yep, I think that's everyone.
Cramps as well.
Tell you what, we'll just do individual sign-offs. So, Mr. Blue,
I.
Pastel,
Meow.
Enfys,
Wow.
and Summer with the power of heart.
Hi, Captain.
Okay, back to the screen. And we're back again. I'm just going to double check I have not kept myself muted. No, I'm good. Okay. So, you can, it's up to you if you want to sort of follow up on that or don't.
I'm leaving this in Mr. Blue's capable hands. What would you like us to do?
Wake up the party and propose that we go do some business.
Okay, so
So-
everyone's woken up and presumably Nigel explains everything that just happened.
And I would. I'm not quite entirely sure this person is deserving of getting their skull crushed in just yet, but I want to see exactly how they're treating all their crew.
Yeah, they don't seem to be
Maybe.
treating this one very nice.
Nope.
And you know, worst case scenario, we free some people that are being mistreated.
Yep.
This is true. So, yep, I'm going to say she'll lead you back to the camp of her boss. And, yep, before you, you could basically, everyone's, before you, basically, you see a fairly large woman. She's sat at a sort of a banquet table. Like, even though this is the middle of nowhere, it's sort of like a folding table that's been set up and had quite an ornate tablecloth draped over it. And on it is an absolutely huge feast. Several other servants are sort of very shabbily dressed and milling around. And they've basically just got, like, you know, small hunks of cheese and bread that they're sort of nibbling on. And the sorry, go on.
Continue. No, you continue.
Okay. As you approach, she looks up from her table, dressed in, you know, absolutely the finest clothes. Like, she's been on the road for a while, presumably, so she must have quite a few just spare clothes just to be dressed like this. Or, you know, maybe she has a specific outfit for dinner. And she looks up,
And
And who might you
Nigel's
be?
still not entirely. Yeah. Nigel's still not entirely sure what to make of the situation, but seeing that they treat all of their crew poorly,
Yeah.
is going to try and lie his ass off to figure out what's going on.
Yeah, you can see just by
my
looking.
name is Captain Nigel. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
My name is
You can
Captain
see-
Nigel, and whom do I have the pleasure of meeting, dressed in such finery, eating such a lavish meal?
Ah, Lady. Well, hang on, I need to think of a name. Lady Rye Gluten, at your service.
Oh, and are these all of your servants, I see? You don't seem to be short of help.
My entourage, of course. And I'll say you see, including the sort of young lady who was trying to steal your food, there's 4 servants total.
Okay, 4 servants total, and the lady just hogging all the food. So,
Yep.
oh, you seem to have plenty of food. Why are your servants just eating chunks of bread and cheese?
Well, the help eat what they're given.
Oh, I see.
Is that not the-
I see.
Is that not the way of the world? Have I not earned my food? They have entered my service and
And
are compensated duly.
I will reach out my hand to, do the whole may I kiss your hand, show respect kind of deal, and see if they put their hand forward.
Charmed. And she reaches her hand out for a handshake.
Yeah, and I cast inflict wounds.
I thought you were gonna cut their hand off, but that works too.
Okay. Is inflict wounds a spell attack or is it a saving throw?
It's a spell attack.
Okay, I'll say you can roll with advantage then.
$14.
Okay, let me just... No, the stats from Noble. Here we are. Okay, a 14... Oh, doesn't quite hit, I'm afraid.
Oh. Darn. Well,
So, yeah,
that's
as soon as you
unfortunate. But I don't.
yeah, but as soon as you move to cast the spell, she jerks her hand back. How dare you?
Dare I what? Try and show my respect to such a fine woman?
Excuse me, but you chanted... Remind me, does inflict wounds have a verbal component?
I can't.
Yes, it
Yes.
does.
So what would you have
But
shouted
would they
to inflict the
recognise what I was-
wounds?
Oh, I would just be trying to just speak as Maureen does in like a chorus of voices, just saying like rambling, mumbly words, trying to overlap the syllables.
Oh, yeah. I know words of power when I hear them. You were trying to enchant me, weren't you? Fog
Well,
my
you're already
mind with
pretty
your...
enchanting.
Seeing that the hostilities are raising, a little bit of anger is happening here. Could Amity try to step between them, which will put a hand up to each? Like, okay, time to
Okay.
calm down. Mediating.
Okay, Amity, roll me a persuasion check.
That'll go well, I'm sure.
Oh, definitely.
13.
13.
Running a lot of them today.
13. You know, I'll roll it. I'll just roll insight for her. Wow. I rolled a 6 for a total of 8. She turns to you. It means she rolled significantly lower than a 13.
Oh, yeah, no, the thinking in terms of a reaction.
She turns to you. Now, it would appear your friend has better manners. Explain, what is the meaning of this? Why did your friend intend to... Did your friend intend to enchant me with magic? I'm going to say it's pretty clear that she didn't quite realise what spell Nigel was going to cast. So, and you know, she didn't assume he was just going to straight up try and kill her.
I'm not gonna respond to her at all. Glance at her, turn my head back to Captain Nigel, and I'm gonna say, I think somebody like this would be best served learning what it is to really earn their way. Why don't we simply offer her entourage a better deal? You need a crew, right?
Well, I could certainly do that. Listen up. I'm willing to offer y'all a far better pay than this woman if y'all would come work for me.
And clothes. And food.
And fine clothes, food, lodging, of course.
It's true. It's the young girl you gave the 5 gold to speaks up. He's already given me 5 gold just because he saw I was hungry. But Lady Glusen sneers. Yes, work for this man. I'm sure it'll do wonders for your professional reputations if you abandon your ladyship in her travels. Word gets around, of course. And what this is going to be, you're going to have to roll something against her intimidation. So I don't know what approach you want to take here. Do you want to try and scare them into your service? Do you want to persuade them to join you, or?
I want to. Oh, I know what I want to do. I just forgot what it was called.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I don't know. Every time I play Nigel, I'm always horribly tired. Yeah. So Celestial Revelation, Necrotic Shroud.
Okay, could you tell the class what
crap out of this woman? Yeah. So Celestial Revelation, Necrotic Shroud, skeletal ethereal wings appear behind me, and my form kind of starts to glow. And creatures other than allies, they gotta succeed on a charisma saving throw, or become frightened of me.
Okay, I'll roll that charisma saving throw then.
While that's happening, because I'm concerned that Nigel's about to scare the people we're trying to help, could I jump up onto the Sableman's setup with Dragon Flicker either side of me and open up my gold pouch to show them how much I'm traveling with, which is a lot.
Okay, yep. There's a lot of
just
moving parts here.
Keep them distracted and incentivize them to come with us.
Yeah, I'm going to say...
Yeah, no, it's a very short range.
Yeah.
And
I'd assume Nigel doesn't consider them his enemies, so it's presumably only targeting the noble.
Yep.
Okay, so she rolled a 10 on her saving throw.
Yep. So she's frightened of me.
Okay, frightened...
So... Yeah.
Double check the wording on the frightened condition. Okay, disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls, while the source of fear is in line of sight. and can't willingly move closer to you. So what I'm
No.
going to do... Sorry, carry on.
I was gonna say that was just me saying no in response to the can't move closer willingly.
Okay.
And can I? And this is kind of silly, but also very mean. Can I poke her in the eyes and cast light on her eyeballs?
Okay, make me an unarmed attack roll, please.
I think there is actually.
I do have to point out that light cannot be cast on a creature. It can only
Oh.
be cast
Oh,
on
it can't?
objects.
Okay, yeah.
Aw, well then
You can
don't do
cast
that.
it on-
If you do
that
ca-
would have been funny.
If you do cast it on something on them, there's a dex save to make to avoid the spell, apparently.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
Ah,
Yeah, so it'll be a
True.
dex save
Yeah, but-
against your spell save DC, and yeah, obviously you
no,
can't cast on
I
one of her
can't-
body parts, but you can cast on something else.
Yeah, my point is, sorry, my brain's kind of going. So I lost the plot of what I was trying to do, but basically frighten her, and just call her a piece of shit for treating her crew so poorly, and try and say we'll pay you much better to come work for us.
Okay. So I'm going to say because she's frightened, you're going to re-roll her sort of intimidation check against her subjects. Ooh, nice. So that's actually knocked it down from an 18 to a 12. And
Nice.
if you want to give me a persuasion check at advantage to see if you can get the get her subjects to leave her.
Will a 19 do?
That'll do it. The sort of three servants that were still with her shrug and say, one of them turns to you, bows deeply and says, "Oh, and who am I addressing now then?"
Captain Nigel.
Oh,
And I'm
well,
not
I've
giving
never
up my
worked on-
last name deliberately.
I've never worked on a ship before, but you know what? I think I'm done here. And sort of a
Oh,
skinny young man next to him says, "Yep, me too." So yep.
and as my first order as your captain, eat your fill at this table, and I will watch this woman like a hawk so she doesn't get a scrap of food while they're eating.
Okay. She looks absolutely appalled, but as you step towards her, she immediately flinches away. But how dare you? How dare you? But she doesn't really have anything else, and she's just powerless to watch as her servants devour her entire dinner.
Nigel have made an enemy for life.
Assuming he lets her live.
Okay, so her servants the sort of the butler who spoke to you just a moment ago turns to you and says, "So, do you wish us to travel with you now then?"
We are headed somewhere quite, I would assume, dangerous, because we are going to deal with something that's causing a bit of trouble. I wouldn't want to put y'all in danger. Do
Oh,
you think you could safely make a journey?
Oh, I believe we
to a
could.
town.
Sir, when you say you're headed somewhere dangerous, do you mean you're headed to Chafford?
Aye.
Yes. This is why her ladyship was trying to move on herself. Sorry, I don't need to call her ladyship anymore. Miss Gluten was leaving herself. You're getting quite close. It is but a few. Well, if you keep travelling south. Okay, hang on. I'm just gonna double check. If you cross the river here and keep travelling through the swamp to the southeast, You'll be there within perhaps 25 miles or so.
Thank you kindly. And I will try and direct them to the town of Airedale.
Yep, I'm going to say you can basically just direct them to follow the river to the road and then follow the road north. And that because it's freshly built road, it should be signposted and everything. So, yep, they can do that quite easily on their own.
Okay.
And are you doing
Now,
anything
the
with her
question is-
ladyship?
I mean, I know what I'd want to do. I mean, she's not a bad person, it would seem. What does everyone else think?
How obvious is it what Nigel wants to do?
Well, he did just try to outright kill her with a first level spell.
Amedee's just gonna stand between you and her then.
Thoreck is an old man and wants to go back to sleep.
Okay. So, Nigel, are you
Well,
going to try and
can't go
attack
full
her?
Slaughter, so
Okay.
yes, but not something that'll kill her. Something that'll cause a little bit of pain, but isn't going to outright down the woman. Maybe
Okay.
help her learn her lesson.
Okay.
Just toll the dead. That's it. Low damage.
Okay. Is that an attack roll?
No, 14 wisdom save.
Okay. 1 wisdom save. Nobles are wise, right?
Totally.
This one doesn't seem to be.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is a natural 1. How much damage
Oh,
does
no.
Toll the Dead do?
I think it's a D12
in this
if
case-
they're not injured.
D8.
D12 if they are injured, D8 if they aren't. So she just takes 3 damage.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yep. She screams in pain and, because she's already frightened of you, she just bolts.
I see that wasn't so bad, was it?
Yeah, she just jumps into the carriage that she was riding on and, well, she's not got any driver anymore, so she has to do it herself and she just rides off into the distance.
A little excessive towards the end there, fella, but it's I think the message was well received.
You don't mistreat your crew.
Um,
I
was that?
agree, but also we don't go to murder people for it. We just give the people a better life.
I didn't murder her.
Was that lady a monster?
Oh,
Says Guinness.
That was an out of character
you've
thing,
gone
but
with
sure,
me.
let's go with it.
Yeah, she was not
Depends
very
on
nice. She was not friends with the people she was traveling with.
No. And I suppose we'd all have time to see if anything valuable was left behind.
Yep. Oh, yep. And to steal a joke from chat, congratulations. Nigel, you now have a gluten-free crew. Oh, yeah, let's get you some treasure. Because, she's probably left behind quite some nice things.
I mean,
I
if
forgot-
she's what?
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if she's self-important enough to travel with a feast for herself and several changes of clothes, this is some Gilligan's Island shit.
I was gonna ask, did they already give me that hat, or is that like upon completion?
Oh, yeah, I'm going to say that Spring gave you the hat.
Okay.
She trusts you. Well, at least she trusts sanity.
I would have handed each of them a ration and 5 gold total so 20 gold between all 4 of them.
Okay, this is a
Just for
spicy
their trip
table.
back.
Okay, so I'm going to say you find a... Oh wait, I had this set wrong.
Yes, give us a dragon horde's loot.
Yes, please.
Oh damn, that's actually quite a good roll. Okay, so you find in small change, that basically fell out of her pockets. You find a total of 400 SP. And looking at the table, you also realise there's a very handsome-looking sort of it's basically like a very fancy candlestick. And looking at it, it's only made of very cheap metals, but it actually has a couple of citrines embedded in it, worth 50 GP each.
Like made of pewter or some shit.
Yep. And sardonyx, also worth 50 GP.
Neat. Of course, making sure that gets evenly distributed to everyone, which I assume we can take care of after session.
Yeah,
Yep.
that'll be a later thing. I'm putting it into the chat ready.
Tired.
Okay. So yep, that was your night. At that point, you can probably go back to bed and wake up nice and refreshed in the morning, except for Ponfont, who, because of the aforementioned reasons, has slept terribly.
Wasn't that the previous night? How long does...
It's the same night.
Yeah, same night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I woke
okay.
everyone up to go do business.
Oh, right. I forgot that was the midnight activity.
Yeah.
Took a long time. Okay.
Okay. Hang on, I'm just going to save a copy of the horde I rolled, because I'll use that for the entire session. Top D&D tip: if you want to do if you need treasure for an entire quest, just roll a horde and distribute it.
Nice.
Yep. Anyway, I know what treasure you're going to find at the end, but yeah.
Wow.
Yay!
Is it a sentient banana guard?
No, it's friendship.
It's magic.
Okay.
The friends
So yeah.
was the ooze we found along the way.
Friendship is magic.
Okay. So it's a new dawn, a new day. Remember, you can't travel at fast pace unless you want to leave behind Guinness.
Amity would not be down for that. We like our new ooze friend.
Yep.
Yeah.
And in the morning, by the way, Guinness has assumed the form of Ponfont again.
Yeah.
Suddenly half help.
Fun is still very confused at what's going on. She's kind of been out of it this whole time, just going on automatic pilot.
Okay, so it's getting quite late, so what I think we'll do is we'll just get to the town and call it there. Well, it I suppose it depends on how the next few tiles go. But yeah, I think we should be able to get to the town.
We were advised to move southeast to cross the river.
Yep. Will you be doing that?
So that'll be...
Yep. Sounds
Okay.
good.
Yep.
So the darker area is swamp, so I'll just double check that. Yep, so that's going to be 6 tokens.
3 plus the river.
6.
Ooh,
Oh my
6.
gosh.
Yep,
That's
6 plus the
that's
river.
over 7 we lose there.
It's a 4.
Okay, and could you roll, anyone who wants to, please roll me a perception check.
I would like to roll a perception check.
13 as well.
21.
15, because I just can't roll.
Man, this perception proficiency really doing me wonders.
Yeah, that is a really good roll. Okay, you smell two things. The first thing you smell is a very faint scent of freshly baked bread on the wind. But the second thing you smell is the most amazing, powerful, fruity smell you've smelt in your lives. And as you sort of look around, you see, like, this is a very sort of, swampy swamp. Traditional botanical term. It's grimy, it's gloomy, but what you see is an absolutely beautiful apple tree.
Nope.
It's full of apples. And the smell is absolutely
Fucking
delicious.
chance.
Juicy
Is there a
apple.
snake in that tree?
Font goes for the apple.
Ponfont is going to go for the apple.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, do you eat the apple?
I mean, she is gonna look at it
Okay.
first, and
Yep, you look at the apple. It's a beautiful red shiny apple. It smells amazing. It's literally so appley. This is the platonic ideal of the perfect apple. It looks so golden and delicious.
Font eats it because she feels like she needs some healthy fruit
Okay,
with juice.
jot down next time you take a short rest, you'll gain an extra D4 hit points.
Nice.
Our next short rest, 1d4.
This was the Three of Cups.
Nice.
Wow, I've got a lot of encounters to write. So yeah, is the entire party eating the fruit or just Ponfont?
Do we
Certainly not.
see any sort of physical sign of it benefiting Ponfond in some way?
It's so tasty and really healthy feeling.
You know what? Since you probably haven't taken any damage anyway, I'll say Ponfont, it gets rid of the exhaustion.
Woohoo! Yeah, no damage was taken.
Okay.
Oh, so if it's gotten rid of the exhaustion, I assume we'd notice that the Ponfond looks livelier than they did before.
Yep. As soon as Ponfont takes a bite, she just sort of immediately perks up.
Then yes, I indeed take an apple. I would like a D4.
Okay. Yeah.
I want to cut out some apple seeds.
Ooh.
Ooh. Give me a nature check.
13.
Yeah, I don't think that'll quite do it.
Oh well.
It was a good idea though.
Yeah. I mean, grow a tree on your ship. You got fruit for the voyage.
Yeah. Wouldn't recommend growing a tree on a ship. Who'd do that?
Yeah, historically that hasn't gone well.
Yeah.
I assume
like-
that's a Guild of Icons thing.
Yeah.
Yes. I believe it was ale.
Yeah. Long story short, suddenly growing a tree on a ship is a bad idea, actually.
Well, suddenly.
Well,
Maybe
anyway,
slowly grow a tree on a ship.
this is true. That might be a bit safer. Assuming you had a very,
Yeah.
very good source of. Well, I suppose in this universe you can get a constant supply of fresh water.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the end of that encounter. Where are you going next?
I don't know because I
Oh.
can't see where the next X is.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So it's 5 or 6 to move on swamp tiles.
6. So
yeah.
unless we
We
go at a
literally-
fast pace, which we're not doing if we're keeping the ooze with us.
we literally can't for the day.
Okay, if everyone wants to roll me a perception check, by the way.
Okay.
Another one.
Perception check.
15.
Another one. Come on.
5.
14. So we're coming close
What a
to the end anyway, so I'm
guidance.
just going to use the
Yeah, yeah.
inspiration I got earlier. Just to
Confound got a
reroll it.
20. She's
16.
finally indeed perked up.
Okay, yep.
Yeah,
Ponfont.
Go Ponfont.
Ponfont. You see this first. You look up as you look ahead over the swamp. You see an enormous windmill slowly turning, and yep, in this direction. And you realise, it must be Chafford.
I believe we got there, guys.
Finally.
Yep, you can still smell the fresh of freshly baked goods on the wind. So, would you like to move?
I don't think we can.
Oh, yeah, looks like you
Well, we
need to
can't.
camp for the night. There'll be one more night.
Yeah.
What will happen overnight, I wonder? Does anyone have the Hierophant as their card?
No.
Negative.
Okay, lovely. Can I get a watch order then, please?
I'm gonna not take 3rd this time, and I'm gonna take some other number because apparently 3rd is unlucky for me.
This is interesting.
I'll take the
Alright.
last one because Amity likes the dawn.
I'm gonna take
I'll
2nd.
Okay.
Then I'll take first again.
Okay. First watch. Nothing happens.
I got a 21 for 2nd watch.
Okay. You keep a careful eye out. But nothing happens. Third watch.
Remember that it's an advantage.
Take a perception check, please.
Who was on 3rd? On front?
Ponfont, I believe, yeah.
Oh, that wasn't clear to me.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah. Remember, you're doing it at
So-
advantage.
Perception
Yep.
roll with advantage. 14.
You don't see anything.
Must be the wind.
It must have been the wind.
A spear pierced my shield.
Game NPC.
Confound is a good NPC? Sorry.
Okay.
It must have just been the wind thing. Is like a stereotypical thing for an NPC in a stealth type game.
Yeah.
To
Oh,
say.
yeah. Right.
Yeah. And there's also a song by the Chalk Eaters, I think they're called,
Chalk Eater.
by that name.
Just
Yeah.
see what you meant there. That makes sense.
They follow me on Twitter for some reason.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Never heard of him before.
Have you heard
Anyways.
the Bowsette song?
Oh, yeah, that is an actual Bob.
They did that too.
Mm-hmm.
4th watch.
So how's this encounter going?
Okay, so, yeah, Ponfont. Nothing appears to happen. And on the 4th watch, nothing happens.
Not sure if we just got duped or not.
It'll be fine.
Definitely be fine.
Well, anyway, new dawn, new day, etc.
Stretch, pack stuff up. We're going southeast.
Southeast. Yep, make your movement. Okay. And as you keep going, the smell of bread gets even stronger. Ponfont, could you just give me a perception check, please?
Okay. Enfant is the best at smelling bread. Sometimes. Like now, 21.
21. Nice.
Oh,
Yep, lovely.
something Russell.
Okay, so you realise there's a purring coming from your backpack.
A purr. Yeah, Enfant checks her backpack to find the source of the purr.
Okay, you open your backpack and there's nothing there.
Kitty? I thought I heard a kitty.
Do
Something
you
up
reach
there,
your...
Ponfont?
How do you react to this?
Enfant just starts looking around and rifling through her backpack and just trying to see if she can find the source of the
Okay,
cat like.
as soon as you reach into your backpack, you hear a slight hiss, and you feel something gently paw at your hand, but then it returns to purring. You don't see anything physically there, but just sort of a hazy outline of a cat sort of appears in your vision.
I think there's an invisible cat.
Yeah. Could you give me a religion check, please?
Oh boy.
Sorry, I'm
He's not
asking you
great
to roll
at
a
all.
lot of checks.
A 10.
Well,
Yeah. Well, a 10 will do because this is quite easy. This appears to be a ghost of a cat,
yeah,
and it likes you.
I was gonna do eyes of the grave.
Oh, yeah. If you do Eyes of the Grave, that definitely pings up that this is a ghost.
There's a ghost.
Okay.
A ghostly kitty.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
And it's apparently your
Ghost
friend
cat.
now.
Enfant tries to pet the kitty.
Yep. It sort of becomes a slightly more easy to see and a little more tangible, and just, does the whole head rub thing.
Aww. She gives it rations, I guess? Question mark?
It tries to eat the rations, but it just drops straight through it.
Aww.
But nevertheless, it purrs a bit more and meows happily.
Oh.
Maybe if you had some magic rations,
Or some ghost
non-magical
rations.
things.
Quick,
seem
how do you
to-
how do you kill a ration?
In in Ghostwire Tokyo, there are actual ghost food.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Huh.
I suppose it could be like in Reaper Man, where you can kill a scythe by destroying it.
Wonder how
And
that
if there are
ghost
any
food-
Pratchett fans in the audience. But yep.
So, is that just like a ghostly companion kitty, or is there something mechanical to it, or?
Yep, it's just going to hang around. I think it's, well, it's a cat, so they're a bit fickle, but it seems to like you for now. So it's probably going to hang around with you for a bit.
In her back?
That's
Yep.
adorable and fantastic.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
She's like very much eyeing, cooing over it, and just like
Yeah, I can't actually
playing
take.
with it.
Yeah, I can't actually take credit for that because it's one of the random encounters someone else wrote. I don't know, maybe my assumption would be Nick, but it feels kind of like a Ben one.
It's a rare, beneficial or like positive, benign event for once.
But yep,
Like the apple tree that's definitely not gonna kill someone.
we are going
Just
to
reminds me of the apple.
do one more random encounter before you get to Chafford, because that's in the next hex.
Mm-hmm.
And yep, as you're cooing at the ghost kitty. Oh, sorry, Nick. In chat, try to avoid talking to chat, but it was the two of pentacles. But yeah,
Ghost cat.
ahead of you, you actually see a small sort of yeah, it's a fairly well built sort of hut, and you can just see the words library on a neatly nailed sign above the door.
Ooh. We could totally visit the library.
Okay. What do you want to do? Do you want to just knock on the door, or do you want to try something else?
Assuming
Is this
nobody's objecting, Amity would like to lock the door, yeah. Is this what?
I was just gonna say, is this just a library in the middle of nowhere next to a town?
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it's only like 8 miles from a town, so not quite in the middle of nowhere, but isolated.
Yeah.
Anyone who wants to can roll me a religion check.
knock on the door. Yeah, sure. I'm cleric.
Yeah, so religion is not Amity's strong suit.
4.
Okay. For a 4, that feels kind of weird. You don't know why a library will be out
This
here.
feels kind of weird.
Has anyone beaten a
It's a
4?
ghost
well-
library.
How bad could it be?
Okay.
Yeah.
Is anyone else rolling, or? Okay.
But barring anything else, Amity's knocking the door.
Sure. I'll
Okay.
roll.
Okay. Yep.
Oh,
so,
we have a roll.
Thoreck's
I
roll.
got a 19.
okay. Yep. A 19 will do it. You're aware that small libraries and other sort of secluded, is basically this is probably a shrine to Praetorius, the god of knowledge.
Fatal character,
I
like
cast
it's a spectre.
fireball.
Yep. And Amity, when you knock on the door, it opens, and you're greeted by a. So yeah, fun fact: I have a die
Mind
specifically for
flayer.
rolling the gender of NPCs.
It's great, I love it.
A gentleman with a sort of a goatee answers it and says, "Oh, hello there. A pleasure to meet you.
Why, hello
are you-
there. We're
are you-
travellers. Wait,
Oh.
wait. Sorry, Amity is very excited because, it's a library. We don't have a very good library back home.
Oh, well, I do care for my collection is quite small, but I do care for it. Do you wish to say a prayer to Praetorius?
I'm not big on Praetorius myself, but I know some people that are. There's a cleric type back home. His name's Vanstone, and he's all about the books. Knows so much stuff.
How delightful.
Yeah. I was thinking maybe. Well, I was just wondering if I could have a look. Maybe I could take your details and pass them on to Vanstone. No, I think it would be nice if we could build up a little community of shared interests between Airedale and Trafford.
Oh, well, I'd be delighted to let you say a prayer to the god of knowledge, but reading these books is quite out of the question. I'm not entirely certain what kind of power they contain. They could contain deep, dark knowledge, and well, I've never had the courage to read them myself, and I wouldn't want to risk anyone's safety by letting them read it.
Again, regretting having Imp die by stairs. Forbidden knowledge? You joking me?
Let me guess, Imp loves the big red buttons.
I just can't risk it, I'm afraid.
That's fair, we understand.
But did you say you know a fellow worshipper? Where do you hail from?
Airedale, getting close to 100-ish miles northwest of here.
Do you have a shrine to Preteritus there?
Oh yes, we have shrines to all the gods.
Oh, well, maybe I should try and make contact at some point. What did you say your name was?
My name is Amity Snapdragon, and then Amity will also introduce all of the fellows,
Oh, charmed.
including the companions, which would have tried to follow her in.
Oh, sorry.
What?
No pets in the library. I'm very sorry. I'm sure they're both very well trained. Is that no oozes in the library? I'm sorry.
Okay. Look, pleasure to meet you. I will pass your details on to Vanstone. I'll just wait outside with these three. Come on, come on.
looking at-
Is this building a monster?
No.
Was that
Looking around the
Robert?
library, can I do an Arcana check and see if there's like any book that's just like radiating, this book is evil and will curse you if you touch it?
Yeah, go ahead.
19.
Remember, we have seen Ponfond ritual cast detect magic a few times at this point. So
Yeah.
you could ask her to do that.
Yeah. Yep, Arcana, you do sort of see some very esoteric looking runes and symbols on a few of the tomes in the library. So there could be some sort of, you don't really know what's in here, but there could be something of significant power. Or, maybe he just respects books and he's a bit, respects and fears books and doesn't really want to.
Wait, can Rangers ritual cast?
I believe so.
I don't think so. Doesn't
Oh.
say it.
I don't think so. I think it's feat specific.
Gotcha.
Okay. I know some classes can ritual cast any spell they have prepared, and wizards have the ability to ritual cast any spell they have, if it's a ritual spell, but...
Ponfond what?
Ronfon has access to it from her race, I believe.
Neat.
Okay.
Yeah, for a book, yeah.
Would you like
Specifically
to
the
make
picture.
We do not have ritual casting as standard as rangers.
Yeah.
So you'd have to be getting that from some other feature.
Yeah, I think
Would
you've
you
already used your one casting for the day then, because you cast it earlier,
Oh.
didn't you?
Well, yeah, but hasn't there been a new day since?
Comes back on a long rest, not daily.
Yeah.
No long rest.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
long rest thing.
You can
Yeah.
cast it with any spell slots you have.
Oh yeah, that's true, I believe. If you've got...
That is
For rituals.
true.
Yeah, it says you can also cast these spells using any spell slots you have.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
Everything
okay.
there's particularly.
which means that first detect magic wouldn't even have been a ritual cast. It would have just been a free use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, looking at the ones that kind of gave off a magic vibe, I'll point to them and tell the bookkeeper that, these might be a bit interesting were one to touch them or read them.
Oh yes?
Wouldn't
That
quite
is why
tell
I...
you without reading it myself, but definitely one to keep an eye on.
I'll remember that. I don't believe I'll read any myself or allow anyone to read them, but of course they serve as a tribute to Preteritus.
Honestly, what's the point of stockpiling knowledge if you never share it?
Pterodactyl.
You make a point. Make me a persuasion check if you want to convince this guy to let you read his books. But it's going to be a high DC.
I didn't beat it. I'm just gonna say that.
Okay.
11.
Yeah, that's not enough. But so yeah,
Commands, but
you could use commands, but
I'm not gonna.
okay. I was worrying this was gonna get pretty spicy. Okay. Well, you've
Bonfire will cast.
Bonfire what?
I was just gonna say that Bonfire will cast detect magic then with a spell slot.
okay. Yep. You'd cast detect magic, and you won't know it's one of the books that Nigel noticed, but you do see there's a faint glow coming from one of them. Perhaps a scroll or something within, or maybe there is just an enchantment on one of the pages.
Can Bonfire tell which school of magic?
Let me just...
It's bananamancy.
The most devious school.
Banana.
Banana.
Let me just... Here we are. Yep, conjuration.
Conjuration.
Summons and teleports.
Interesting.
So there's a spell scroll of interest there, possibly, I imagine.
Perhaps.
Awesome.
Are you saying this out loud?
Huh?
I guess Bonfon would say it quietly to the rest of the group, since they wouldn't want the librarian to think that she was interested in reading the books while he didn't want him to.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
Anybody want to try stealing the book?
I'm outside and thus cannot.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, if anyone wants to try and steal the book, I'm going to say the librarian is probably going to be distracted talking to everyone, so if anyone does want to sneak past him, it'll be a stealth check to try and slip in there and get to the book without being noticed.
Bonfon's pretty good at stealth. I think she might have a go at it.
Okay. You are welcome to rob this old holy man. Go ahead.
Yeah, she's gonna go for it. Try to sneak up to the bookcase and get the spell scroll out of where it's hidden, and 19.
Yep, for a 19 you succeed. You get to the book, and, well, as you pick it up, the pages loosen slightly, and a spell scroll drops out, and you're able to secrete the spell scroll away quickly, before the old man turns around and says, "Oh, put that back! Put that back!"
Put what back? The book? I'll put it back. She puts the book back.
I think you will. I'm sorry, but I think you should all leave.
Sorry, I was just interested in the book.
I will overlook
take
this.
the book.
You're welcome back, and I will overlook it this time, but I do not want a repeat of this.
My apologies.
And Nigel will pull out 5 gold and say, "Oh, apologies for this disturbance. Would a small donation to the library help?"
Yes, I think that's fair enough. I apologise for my outburst, but the danger you could put yourself in. He accepts the
it's
gold.
completely understandable.
Okay, and Ponfont, you've got yourself a spell scroll.
Yeah, she looks at it out.
I'm going to say a ranger will easily recognise this. It's a scroll of ensnaring strike.
Ooh.
Of hysteric strike? Huh?
Ensnaring, sorry.
Oh, ensnaring. Oh, right. Oh, she used to have that, but she doesn't at this time.
Now she does, but for one cast.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, ain't bad.
Could be worse. Okay. Do you want to do anything else?
Oh.
I'm gonna smile and wave at the little librarian keeper and just be on my way.
Okay. You know, I'll say that this guy was a gnome.
Alright.
Okay. So, yeah.
Nigel never had any intent of stealing from the library. But I'm so glad someone else did.
Amity was just there to generate goodwill. You're the criminals.
I tipped them money to try and smooth over the misunderstanding, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so do you want to continue on to Chafford, or do you want to do something completely at random?
Let's go to space.
No, yeah, let's go to space.
Okay, roll me.
Let's get a spelljammer.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Roll me Arcana to build a spelljammer and get out of here.
Natural 20. No, not really.
I'll fucking do it. I rolled a 22.
The vital question is, as we're moving on to Trafford, are we doing it stealthily or not? Because we have enough. We have the tokens for it if we want to.
Yeah, I'd say stealth.
Why?
Because
Amity doesn't particularly see the point, because if the area was dangerous, then Cleric would have said something. But
yeah,
I'm
you can
good.
roll stealth to enter town if you like.
so that's and Amity votes no. What do you all think?
I don't see a need.
I don't care.
I'll just reveal these tokens before I forget.
If they attack us, it's just more loot.
So -3 takes us down to 8, 6 for the swamp, 1 for the river we just crossed. So 7 leaves us with 1. Not that it matters, but I like to keep. I like my bookkeeping.
Okay. So, you enter the town of Chafford. You walk past many, many fields of various grains. And, of course, there's the lovely smell of freshly baked bread all around.
I have an important other question that just occurred to me.
Yep, go ahead.
That shrine to Praetorius, is that a shrine in the same sense that the Fontaine Pillar is a shrine?
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
Can we take care of city stuff next session?
Yeah, I'm going to say you might need to sort of persuade the librarian to let you read the books before you get any benefits from it, but yep, there's certainly something of interest there.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
okay. That's good to know for the future, because those shrines come with boons.
yeah. Like, full on, Nigel's not going to disrespect a shrine to another god unless it's one Maureen personally has a beef with.
That's
So
fair.
he was not trying to steal from the library and genuinely was just trying to, smooth over the incident.
Yeah, the old feeling of
I'm getting from this.
yeah. Hoping someone else would do something that you can do in character.
Exactly.
Fond
Get
is
someone-
the criminal.
Get someone else to push the button.
Exactly.
I mean, we've done way worse things than this. This is.
Yes. Has Amity done worse?
I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah, not
I
really.
mean, speaking generally.
But yeah,
I don't think Amity's ever stolen anything. But anyways,
yeah. Let's. Well, I'll just give you the description of Chafford before we finish. So yeah, it's an overcast day. It's but a few people look at you inquisitively, but not unkindly as you walk in. Perhaps this this town probably doesn't get many adventurers. But you're not that interesting, and they go back to their business of tilling the fields. As you get into the town proper, you see stalls selling various baked goods. Ahead of you lies a bakery.
I would assume that the displacer beast gets some looks because that's an oddity as well as
Yeah,
the
probably the
great
slime.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
People
the
they do
slime.
they do react to the displacer beast and the slime. But to be fair, only an adventurer would know what a black pudding is in the first place, so they sort of regard it as an oddity. I'm going to say you have to stop a few curious children trying to poke Guinness, which would end very badly, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
yeah, nothing of particularly ill repute happens. Ahead of you, many bakeries and stalls selling baked goods line the streets. A large bakery dominates the front. Nearby, you can also see a large brewery. But the very first building you walk past is the local inn, and a squeaky sign, just sort of blowing in the wind, reads, and I'm very proud of this, warts and all.
I don't get it.
I'm going to say a guard watches as you approach. And she looks at you and says, "Oh, hey. You adventurers?"
Yes.
Hey.
You here to
Something
help
like
us?
that. You got a beastie problem, right?
That's what we wanted to hear. Come with me. And that's where we're going to finish.
Nice.
Alrighty.
Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, what time is it? 11 o'clock here, so it's getting quite late.
Adventure time.
Midnight for me.
So,
Have a
yeah,
good one.
It's your turn. Come on.
thanks for playing. This was this ended pretty much
That
as I
was
hoped it would.
fantastic.
Exactly enough encounters to get to the town. And now I can finish, I can do a bit more prep. I did have an encounter planned in case you got there extremely quickly, but yeah.
My
Yeah,
only
always
regret
good to
was-
have that ready.
It's nice to have a buffer.
Hmm.
My only regret was I didn't get to kill the rich lady.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, you did get a crew out of it, so
Yeah.
Well, the beginnings of a crew. It's a couple. I don't know how many you need for the boat you have.
Well, they're deckhands, so they keep the ship nice and clean and whatnot. They don't have any actual ship training, I would assume.
yeah. I mean, I
Probably
imagine,
not, but that's
Yeah.
fixable.
yeah, I imagine you could probably do downtime to train them.
Yeah. They will be treated far better than she did.
That's good. How many of them were there?
For
Four total. I think the ones I mentioned were a male butler, a young boy, the young girl who was trying to steal food from your camp, and I don't think I said anything about the last one. Make up a character if you like.
a dragonborn with pink skin and an eye patch.
Yes, okay. A dragonborn with pink skin and an eye patch. Make a note of that so I don't forget. So yeah, I'll find someone to raid and then I'll give you some XP. Because
Alright.
quite frankly, a lot's happened.
Yeah.
There was a fair amount there.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone got any sort of preferences to who you'd like to raid? If there's anyone you'd like to raid, by the way.
I think Boop is streaming.
Oh yeah, he is.
The Boop bot.
Oh yeah, who's running
He's
your
editing
D&D game?
Something or they're editing.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Weird. I thought I had them followed on Twitch.
Would you like the name in chat? 'Cause I know that 0 throws people off.
Yeah, please.
He's currently editing clips from his Shattered Steel campaign, where all the player characters are cat girls and the water is evil.
Okay, they'll take away my transfer license if I don't raid. Okay. Before the raid I start raiding, does anyone want to plug anything?
Catch me and Pastel Raven on Boopbot's channel on Friday for a new session of Shattered Star, the Japan fantasy themed campaign where we're fighting evil glass people.
Nice.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
I play a cactus.
I play our Warforged.
Very cool cactus.
Nice.
And also cool warhorse. On Thursday, I think myself and Bree will be on Nick's channel for
yeah.
the Clockwork Dungeon, whereby I'll be a kobold rogue there, and I believe you're Taddle for that one.
No, I'll be Hayes, who
Hey,
I'll be-
who's Spring, who was working as an NPC earlier, works for Wink.
yes.
I'll be Parfait.
Oh yes, we. Oh, Parfait.
Iron Gone
Love
Ranger.
Parfait. Parfait's great.
Ah, yep.
Yeah, Parfait, the most ridiculous character for movement.
I'll
Yeah.
be working with I'll get it'll be with Parfait and I believe it's Knives you're taking.
Yes.
Who are two characters I'm very excited to play with.
I want to
Yeah.
get Parfait
I've gotta get
a random
going.
jump to
Okay.
make him even more ridiculous. Thanks
Okay.
for joining in, Raven.
Yep. Have a nice evening.
Yeah.
Yep. Summer, do you need to plug anything?
Well, next week, Thursday, we're doing Jeremy's birthday dinner.
Oh,
that
yep.
quest.
Yep.
Is that on?
Yeah, I'm looking.
Yep.
What is that?
Tass will be on
It's
that.
the blue as the M.
I'm the DM. I've put a lot of work into this quest, and I've been looking forward to y'all seeing my stupid ideas.
Oh, yep.
Yay.
Pretty much everyone who's reviewed your work has told me it's the kind of thing I tend to like, so I'm very excited.
Yeah, I've been afraid of stepping on anyone's toes, so I made sure to clear everything with Nick.
Oh, yeah.
It'll
Don't
be
worry.
good.
It'll
Yeah.
be fun.
Yeah. And, yeah. So, yeah. The raid's going through. So, yep. Thank you all for dropping by. I hope everyone
Yeah,
has a lovely evening. Thank you to you three and Pastel for playing. You've been fantastic players, and I'm very excited to run the rest of this quest for you.
Fantastic.
Yay.
Fantastic session. Thank you for running.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
Don't forget, you can do your after-action reports for 25 GP and inspiration.
I must remember to do that.
Yeah.
And, yep, the raid's going to go through in a few seconds, so I'll just say I'll be back tomorrow on this very channel with more near replicant. And, yep, I might cosplay a tiefling again. I had stuff going on today, so I didn't get a chance to put the costume on. And I'm rambling, the raid's about to go through. Have a nice evening, everyone. Say hi to Bootbot for me, and
Yay.
enjoy the rest of the week. Yep, and that's the raid gone through. Just gonna end the stream.